Hey, what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
Hi, we're on. I'm back.
We're kind of back.
Well, I mean, you were on Thursday. I'm back. I haven't been on in almost a full week. So I can say I'm back.
I can say I think I'm more gone than I was before, to
Oh
be
my.
completely honest with you.
Oof.
I am struggle bussing.
He's just a sad panda. Sorry, guys.
I thought yesterday, like really, because you guys know I've been sick all week. I thought yesterday, like I was in recovery mode,
Mm-hmm.
and now I'm whatever the opposite of that is. Regression? Am I regressing?
You might be actually. Your illness might be regressing.
So
Illness? Sickness.
we're gonna see how
Head
this
cold.
goes, y'all. We're just gonna test it out and see how it goes. I forgot what I was doing.
You were fixing your camera.
That's right. Great start to the live, guys. If I don't even know what the heck I'm doing.
It's because you got up and then sat back down. So you forgot. And I feel like that's...
Lion right off the bat.
Thank you so
Holy
much,
crap.
Cat.
Thank you so much, Cat.
Oh
That is
my
absolutely
God.
beautiful. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. I believe everybody should have heard that. There has been...
Cat with the cat.
Cat's been a part of my fan club for 100 days. Thank you, Cat.
Wow, check that out. Thank you
She's
so
so
much.
nice. Wow.
Yeah, Cat's over there freaking. I actually got scared. I saw that
Well,
lion
I hear
out of
a
nowhere, and
lion.
I was like, "Oh, what are we doing?"
You need your tablet.
Yep. I'll
That's
be
the other
back.
thing. Well, I'll keep you guys entertained for a second. So thank you again. I appreciate that. Yeah, for those that are on the tubes, you guys can see a playback of what the lion looks like. I have posted that in my Discord server, so you guys know what that looks like. It is a couple weeks back. Oh, I appreciate that too, Kat. I have also missed being on live. Okay. Yeah, it scared me too, no name. I'm not even gonna lie. It did scare me. I was like, whoa, not expecting that. I'm like, let's make sure. Can I hear? Yeah, okay, cool. Um, it's been rough not being on live. It has been rough. Like you jumped. That seems fair, Chris. Yes, we are, Ramon. We are on the clock app as well. But yeah, no, Chris said he jumped from that. Everybody was like, that kind of scared me. Yeah, guys. It's
Yeah, that
been
thing just came out
rough.
of nowhere. All of a sudden, there's just a lion in my face. Okay.
Well, technically it was on my feet. Oh,
Oh,
that's
look
so
at the
cute,
Astro
Andy.
Bear.
Thank you.
Check that out. Thank you so much, Andy.
This is what happens when I come back on live, apparently.
We got cats attacking us. That's not good.
Cats?
Yeah, there's lions and tigers and bears. Oh
Oh
my.
my. We need a tiger. Is there a tiger? I don't even think there is one. Sorry, think you said that and that made me think of that. Yes, I am back. I'm doing pretty decent after on the recovery. Yesterday wore me the heck out. I will be honest on that one.
We had a long day yesterday.
I did, and then I woke up feeling better and then got to feeling not so much better, but I'm here. So, we're here, we're live, we're doing all of the things. I have mostly kept up on the news though. I will say that.
Well, you had
Mostly.
nothing else to do. You weren't leaving the couch, so
Or the bed.
yeah, you should be completely caught up. You should be
Yeah.
all the way caught up.
Well, no, it's still mostly. I haven't been reading everything. I've been trying to veg out my brain because you know, yeah. Thank you guys so much as well again for being here on all of the platforms. Happy thanks or sorry, I almost said Thanksgiving. I'm not. I'm 8
Happy
months
Thanksgiving, y'all.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Valentine's.
I hope you guys are all happy to be here on this wonderful Thanksgiving morning. Okay. I hope you guys all please don't drop your turkeys, your frozen, into the deep fryer. Turkeys are traditionally what we have today. Is that right? I think that's how that works.
And then Matt says happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday while we're at it. Fuck it.
Happy
Let's just sell. Is this when Kwanzaa is? I never knew when Kwanzaa is.
Kwanzaa
This
is in
feels like it's
December.
when Kwanzaa is. So
I am not even on any pain medication. Thank you guys. I can't
Don't
even
try to
use
give
that
her the
as an
excuse.
I can't even use that as an
Happy
excuse.
Flag Day. Beautiful.
Happy Flag Day. Happy President's Day. That is
Well,
tomorrow.
It's actually Monday.
Buckets. It is Saturday. I am not used to being off for so many days in a row. It is on Monday. All right. Yeah, I'm doing great. I feel like I should just.
This
stop
could be an
talking
exciting
now.
live, isn't it? I reckon nobody knows where we're at, what we're doing. This is absolutely crazy. All right. Well.
Yes, happy Halloween. Thank you, somebody. It is always Halloween. That's why you got that. You know what? Happy yesterday, Friday the 13th. Yeah.
Which one? Oh, there we go. That's okay.
Yeah, happy Friday the 13th. Yesterday.
Happy Friday. It was Friday the 13th. I got another Friday the 13th tattoo. Well, you can't.
You can't. You would have to stand up and turn around in order for everybody to see
And no one
that.
can see it anyway.
And nobody can,
because
'cause
it's
it's
literally covered in second skin and it looks disgusting. So,
which apparently we learned you are supposed to keep it on for at least the first 24 hours, despite how it looks, because plasma and all the wonderful things.
yeah, some weird say. Marina, you got Friday the 13th tattoo too? That's awesome. This is my one from. Well,
you. This is not working out. Yeah, okay, you can kind of see it.
That's my one from last Friday the 13th.
No, that's your MSN 13.
Yeah. This is the one that means I'm MS 13 because it has a 13 on it right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got another one. It's under there.
There, it's.
But you can
see the edge of it. Yeah. So I will be. Yes. Okay, guys. So for those that are asking that like to watch the stream on a landscape version, we are live on my account on landscape, his account on portrait, for whichever one you guys prefer, and then my account on the clock app with his backup account up on the app.
I guess I could have put these on the landscape one too, huh?
I mean, you can. It's easier to do now.
Yeah, I can add those in just so. Yeah, so if you guys are on the portrait live, you can guys see that these are our usernames that are posted right next to us. That way we don't have that issue later. And I will add them over here too.
This.
What?
I'm pointing.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
This is for the landscape. This is for portrait. It's really hard to figure out where I'm pointing at, guys.
We'll put this right here.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, we'll just drop it right down in there. And then we'll do the same over here.
You guys are learning. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just like that. Boom. Boom.
I'm here. I exist.
Easy stuff. So, if you guys are looking to look at a view in a different way, those are our screen names right there. You can add those. You can check those out. We are actually going to do. We're going to be having some fun today. We're going to be trying to do our best. We are also doing kind of I guess I'll call it kind of a mixed fundraising event this weekend. So it should be kind of fun. We're gonna fundraise for a couple different things today and tomorrow, kind of combined. So I will talk about that in a second before we get into any callers and stuff. But yeah, we got big stuff going on, big stuff we're doing. It's trying to start off the new year. We didn't do any type of we haven't done any type of fundraising thing in a while either. So not since the kiddos. So Keisha, thank you so much for the bronze medal. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And Feisty with the $50 super chat. Oh my goodness. Huge W's in the chat for Feisty. Says, welcome back over there to Ari. Big W's in the chat for Feisty for that huge $50 super chat. That is absolutely amazing.
Don't make me cry, guys.
Make her cry. It's good tears. It's not like it's bad tears. I don't think that's the way that works. But yeah, thank you guys so much. So, and I'm going to be talking about it a little bit as we go on today, but we're actually going to be fundraising for two different things, and we're going to kind of be splitting any charitable donations that we receive from you guys over the next 2 days into two different categories, and we're going to split it. One is to for Valentine's Day, right? So one is we are trying to get to New York for the No Kings protest 3.0 next month. So we're doing fundraising for that this weekend, trying to get us both up to New York City to be able to document and do some independent media things for the No Kings protest coming up on March 28th. So if you'd like to help us support and help us get there, we really appreciate that. And half of the money is going to be going to that. And we were trying to think of what would be a good charity because we don't want to just fundraise for ourselves. So we were trying to find think of a good charity, and Ari mentioned that she is aware of a local, brand new domestic violence shelter that is being built in our county. So we figured, with it being Valentine's Day, and some people, unfortunately, Valentine's Day isn't a very happy holiday for all of us. So we figure hopefully we can help support some other people like that also. So if you would like to donate, and again, this doesn't have to be anything crazy or anything out of the ordinary, but if you would like, those are the two things that we're going to be splitting all of the any contributions, whether that's on TikTok, on YouTube, on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, to either of us. We're going to be splitting it all between those two things. So if you guys like support, we really, really appreciate that. If not, we really appreciate that too. And thank you guys so much for being here. So thank you guys so much. We just want to let you know where our heads are at and what we're going to be doing. So, already with Feisy's huge $50 super chat and the beautiful cat and all those things that popped, those crazy gifts that have been coming up on TikTok on Ari's account, we are going to be putting it towards that. I think that's pretty awesome, right? And of course, as with any contributions that we do for anything, always, it is always available on our Discord, and we can provide receipts for any type of charitable donations because we have seen creators
do some crazy shit.
Yeah,
we'll just say that.
Do some less than favorable things. So,
yes.
Anyways, we don't want to be that people. We want to be transparent and make sure that that any of that stuff is happening. So we might say that a few times during the live, just to just to let you guys know. But besides that, the line will be totally normal, and we really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. All right.
Oh, and real quick, thank you. I don't know what it's doing, but I will say thank you to Kat for sending out gifted super fans on. There is a new way to do it. It's like shows up at the top left-hand corner as a little treasure chest now. It's very weird. But yeah, thank you, Kat, for sending out some super fans.
There we go. All right. Well, I guess it's headset on time. Oh. Carolyn, thank you so much for the $20 super chat over there.
These feel so nice. I miss my headphones, okay? I miss my headphones.
Carolyn, thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Said welcome back, Ari. Look at that. All the love on the time back. All the love for coming back. Isn't that exciting?
Again, they're going to make me cry today. That's a guarantee. Thank you, Chris, for the 20. He said for No Kings 3.0. It's good to see me again. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that. So can we get W's to everybody that's already been participating in the chat? So we've got Feisty, Carolyn, Chris, Kat, Andy.
Yeah, and everyone, thank you guys so much. We really appreciate that. You guys are being absolutely awesome. We appreciate you. All right, y'all. As you guys are coming in, please make sure you double tap that screen if you're over on the TikTok side. If you're over on the YouTube side, please come in and hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button, and do all the fun stuff. So we really appreciate you guys. Besides that, we are gonna, I guess, start getting into some conversations, and yeah, seeing where we go for the night. Where do you? Whoa. Too many things. All right, go ahead and open up those phone lines, Ari, since you're holding on to the mouse and keep me a hostage from me.
It's all yours. I was just doing it for the moment.
She was holding it hostage.
Just doing it for the moment. Yeah,
she was holding it hostage.
It's in hostage status. Also, guys, if you're watching over on the Clock app, don't forget about Paulie's account at the bottom. It's on his normal account. App. TikTok.
Oh, TikTok goes so dumb.
I don't know what to tell you.
That's so dumb.
Blame Peter Pan.
The Clock app. What are we doing over here?
You're the.
What
What was that?
Oh, we got the fruit chop.
Uh,
Oh, we got the
what
fruit
was-
chop with her.
The what?
Citrical.
Oh, my bad. I'm not like.
She's not all here. Neither of us are all here. We actually already decided. When we got on, we're like, we're just gonna push this as hard as we can. And at one point, we just like lose it too much and just can't take it anymore. We're just gonna call it a day. So
Yeah,
we're both struggling.
We're playing it by ear, okay? We're playing it by ear, that's for sure.
Hello, how are you?
Hello?
You might need to fix your garden.
Hello?
Hi.
Can you
You
hear
got to
me?
keep out the mold, man.
Oh my god, I can't believe I actually got through.
You did.
Oh my God.
I just happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
I didn't know you guys were together, and I've been watching the
Me
both of
neither.
you for a little while now. But the question on your screen was, do you still support Trump?
It's actually, why do you still
hate
support
to-
Trump?
I hate even to use the word support. You mean vote Republican? Can I just say that? Like, why do I still vote Republican?
Do you still,
I
in
was,
the year of our Lord 2026, still support Donald Trump?
Look, I'm not going to sit here and pretend I like him, but I was, a Democrat. I worked almost 20 years so far. I retire soon for the state of Massachusetts. I'm an accountant. I keep track of capital projects. So what I do is I keep track of government spendings. So a lot of that, because you guys know what a blue dog is, right? Blue dog Democrat, back in the conservative spending types of Democrats, right? There's not too many more of them exist, because it seems like to me that nowadays there's a lot of reckless spending when it comes to the Democratic Party. And when you see it on paper like I do, it really affects you over time. And it even drove me kind of crazy. So I became an independent. I actually campaigned for Duval Patrick. I love that man. If he ran for president, but I'm a swing voter now. So yeah, I voted for Trump. And will I vote Democrat? I don't know.
It's funny that you talked about. It's funny that you talked about
one.
spending, though, sir. And I think that's very an interesting topic for you to bring up. Why you stopped supporting Democrats? Because you say you stopped supporting Democrats because of spending, but yet Donald Trump added more debt to their national debt in his first 4 years than any president has added in 4 years in the history of America, and has already added another $4 trillion to the national debt just this year. So it just seems very strange to me that you're saying I stopped voting Democrat because they overspend, and then I'm going to vote for the spendingest president in our history.
Well, I haven't really seen that, like what you're talking about. I've only heard you say it.
Okay, you can just look into his
I've got two different
bills.
sides saying two different things, and it depends on where I read from.
You should read his policy.
Times, wonderful. So I know the first thing he did when he got in office, his first term, was he shut off the money that was going into the Paris Agreement. Remember that?
The tariffs agreement?
Paris.
Yeah, that was
the Paris agreement.
Billions of dollars. It was going into a good cause, but recklessly global warming. And I couldn't imagine keeping track of those funds, but he shut that off. And so right away, people did. I knew as soon as the first hurricane was going to come, they were going to blame global warming on the guy. The guy does get blamed for a lot of shit, but so he started cutting off a lot of unnecessary spendings or questionable spendings. Where when Biden first came in, a lot of times Democrats, they get busy with the pen, right? So they get busy with the pen and they write all these new laws, but then you got to pay for them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the funding for the Paris Climate Agreement.
No, because it's written in the law.
Oh, but I'm looking at the funding for this sir. Yeah, the U.S. only delivered $1 billion in Paris Climate Agreement payments.
Where are you reading this from?
Oh my!
I get a Are you kidding me? You're gonna tell me
It's
there would
literally
be a
on
limit?
factcheck.com, like literally right here.
Fact check.
Factcheck.org.
Yeah.
It's literally right here.
Yeah, it exists. And like, I find it interesting. So I'd read something and I wanted to double check the number because I couldn't remember the exact number offhand. But the CBO did a new study where they released it, and they are now projecting that our national debt is forecasted to reach $59.3 trillion in 2035 because of the approved spending so far under Trump.
Yeah, literally, the United States under Obama administration pledged $3 billion to the Paris Climate Agreement when Donald Trump pulled us out in 2017? Yeah, we'd only paid $1 billion. That's like, no offense, like a few pennies in the American budget.
Oh,
Trump has added four. How much has he added in new national debt with just the?
He just put by well, I mean, if we were talking about HR1, that was 3.3 trillion, not including the deduction, like with including deductions. Without the deductions, it was 5.2 trillion dollars added. So but if we include all the savings, right, it's 3.3. To the national debt, we were at 36 trillion dollars in debt when he took office, and we hit $38 trillion to our national debt by September of 2025.
Gotcha. So Donald Trump has added $12 trillion to the national debt, but you think that he's doing great for our country because he reduced our spending into the Paris Climate Agreement by $1 billion?
no, I don't. I don't know where you're getting this from. I don't know where you're reading it from.
From his bills, sir. She said HR1. HR1, better known as the big disastrous bill. Donald Trump's literal only one of two major pieces of policy initiatives that he's done in his entire time as president. It's the big disastrous bill and the TCJA are the only two major pieces of legislation that Donald Trump has passed. And both of them combined, just those two alone, I believe, added about $8 trillion to the national debt. The other $4 trillion-ish was COVID spending. All right. But regardless, his two major pieces of legislation, that's the first thing they do is add all of this debt. And so, like, you cannot like the Paris Climate Agreement. I think it's ridiculous. All right. Not to mention the, the deregulation that's happening with the EPA right now, where they're trying to declassify greenhouse gases as pollutants so that the federal government has almost no ability to actually enforce any standard when it comes to, global pollutants as far as it's greenhouse gases and other things that cause global warming. Right. But to be worried about $1 billion, like that, dude, like, that's nothing.
A drop in our bucket.
Yeah, like how much did we raise the defense budget just last
I
year?
I heard different numbers or
No,
read
it's like
different numbers.
1.3
And it was going to
trillion.
keep going.
I'm
It
gonna
wasn't just a one-time payment. It was going to keep going.
No, we agreed to $3
All
billion. We had
countries are
paid
supposed to
$1
keep
billion.
putting into it.
Sir, we had paid $1 billion of the $3 billion. What do you think they're spending all of this money on, sir, on the Paris Climate Agreement? What do you think is involved in this that could be spending this crazy amount? We raised the defense budget, what, $100 billion? Like less?
Yeah, it was $838.7 billion to our national defense, which was an increase by about just over 40 billion.
Yeah, so we raised our defense budget by $40 billion. So we can spend $40 billion blowing shit up. We can't spend $1 billion to make sure the earth doesn't destroy itself.
Hey, here's the problem that I'm facing, right? Is after I hang up the phone, I'm going to talk to somebody that has the opposite agenda as you, that's probably just as smart as you, and they're going to tell me something completely different. They're going to pull something up on the screen completely different. They're going to read it to me, and they're going to make it sound like they're right and you're wrong.
Or here's just an idea. Here's just an idea. Here's an idea. Instead of listening to myself and Ari or listening to some other guy on YouTube who can pull up an article, why don't you just go research it yourself? And then we don't have this problem, sir.
Where I'm reading it from. When I looked up chips and sciences and tried to read about that, it's fucking insane. You can't even follow. Like, it's just insane.
Well, words are hard, okay? And I'm not trying to make it sound like bills are like the easiest thing to read all of the time. They could be quite difficult, sir. But again, there are tons of people, tons of independent organizations that don't come from a biased standpoint that do analysis on these things, right? Like,
Well, I got plenty of time. It doesn't come till 2028. I tell you, I don't want people like this in power. It's embarrassing. But I I do like the Hawley guy. I think his heart's in the right place. I like him.
who?
I don't know who Josh Hawley, that senator. If he ran for president, I think I'd vote for him. Why not? But
No, he's not doing his state justice. Like, listen, I agree that Josh Hawley is doing some good things by speaking out against Donald Trump. He's not doing enough. Also, thank you, Dolphin, for that gift. That was cute.
If there's any Republican that should be running for president right now, there's only one that I would actually I could see Thomas Massey.
All right.
Yeah, he's kind of winning me over a little bit too. Mostly I'm enjoying the Republicans that are speaking out against Donald Trump and then standing their ground. I wish they weren't leaving office at the same time. Like sorry. I was just thinking of, I can't remember his last name now. Fucking Tom Tillis of North Carolina. He's getting pushed out of politics because of Trump. But MTG, I hope she never runs for president. She's crazy.
I hope she does, just for entertainment value.
Damn.
Somebody the other day told me that AOC was going to run for president.
That would be very nice. I'd like that.
She should.
Yeah.
In 4 years. Technically 6 years.
Technically 3 years?
I don't think she would win. Put somebody else forward.
No, I mean, technically it would be in 2 years if you wanted to run for 2030.
Well, was she gonna,
or 2028, my bad.
Was she going to let J.D. Vance get a good run in first before she jumps in?
I don't know. I can't remember how old. Isn't she only 33 right now?
I don't know. But anyways, I'm going to move on to the next caller because I don't know what the heck we're talking about anymore. So have a good one, okay?
Me neither.
All right, we're going to keep this thing going, y'all. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe
button.
Oh,
never mind. She's 36. Oh, no, that's her. Why is it pulling that?
Thank you guys so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And we're going to keep this thing going. If you guys like support, do super chats, super stickers, live gift goals, all that fun stuff. Like I mentioned earlier, we are trying to build up money to go to New York, and we're supporting a domestic violence shelter this weekend with all of our funds. So if you guys like support, we really appreciate you. That's what the money is going to, getting us to No Kings in New York and to a domestic violence shelter, a new one that's here in our town. So we're super excited to be building up money for both of those things. So if you guys would like to help support, we really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
It's so hot in here.
It's... I don't know. I'm fine.
Oh, that's how you know it's too hot in here. If you're fine, if you're not freezing, it's so hot.
That's true. Yeah, so she's 36. So she could run in 2028.
Feisty, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Big W's in the chat for Feisty and for Shush for that super chat. We really appreciate that. Let's see if we'll see if we can pull someone from over here since the phone's not ringing off the hook yet. Hello?
What's up?
Hello?
Hello?
Wait just a second. Oh.
All right, how old are you?
21.
Awesome. What country are you from?
Germany.
Germany? Why are you calling?
Because I would support Trump. I would also vote for him.
Okay.
Are you part of the AFD?
No.
No.
Okay, cool. Literally no one fucking cares, okay?
It doesn't say
All
that.
Right, cool. Anyways, we're gonna open up the phone line, see if we can keep this thing going. I just had to let him know that literally no one cares.
I was just curious if you aligned with the Yahtzee party in Germany.
I do not fucking care if he does.
I was just curious. It would make sense if he did, though.
You are in Germany. Go deal with your own fucking problems. What, is there not enough Nazis in Germany? You got to come support some over here?
Yikes.
Hello, how are you? Hello. Hello, how are you? Hello. People not know how to use phones?
No, they forgot.
Hello, how are you?
What's up?
Hello, how are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well. Do you still support Trump?
All right. Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
Yeah. I can just tell by the way you guys answer the phone now. It's pretty crazy, huh?
Well, yeah, I reckon.
Yeah. Usually, like if it's like somebody on the left or somebody who doesn't support Trump, and I go, "Hey, how are you today?" They go, "I'm doing well. How about you?" And when it's a Trump supporter, you guys just go,
Yeah.
"Sup?"
Yeah. Well, they're
yeah, and
pussies that are fucking bootlicking to you because you're some fucking YouTube guy.
that wasn't
They
even
wanna
a
be.
sentence that made sense in the English language. Weren't you guys just
Well, it
complaining about
did.
Bad Bunny
Just
at
not
the?
for you.
Weren't you
Nothing
guys
makes sense
just
for you.
complaining about Bad Bunny at the Super Bowl not speaking English, and then you come up not speaking English on my live?
I don't even speak Spanish. Why would I complain
You don't
about
speak English
his
either, sir.
performance at the Super Bowl?
You don't speak English
sure.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
I don't know. What's up? You called me.
That was pretty rude to talk to that German guy like that. Just because he said he
Cool. You want me
supported
to be
Trump,
rude?
you hung
You
up
want me to
on
be
him.
more rude to you also?
It doesn't bother me none.
Okay. Did you just come up here to whine about him, or is that your boyfriend and you're trying to get, like stand up for his honor?
Yeah, no, I'm not a liberal.
Yeah,
but
you
he's
are?
definitely not my boyfriend.
You are? Okay. Well, sir, I understand trying to stand up for your boyfriend. It is Valentine's Day after all. So I can understand,
It sure is.
I
Happy
can
Valentine's
understand
Day.
you sticking up for him. But see here, sir, I'm not really concerned about talking about how, I hurt your boyfriend's feelings. As
You
much as
are
I am
so
is
fucking
why you
miserable.
support
Why are
Trump,
you so
sir.
miserable?
Oh, I'm not miserable at all, sir. I'm having an absolutely great time. This is the best time
You
I've had in
sound
days.
fucking miserable.
Oh,
Every
sir,
time
sir,
I swipe
sir,
through
sir,
YouTube and I
sir,
see you,
Oh,
you're
he's a
just
fan.
crying.
Guys, he's a fan.
He a fan.
I am. I'm subscribed to you
He a
too.
fan. He a fan. He a fan.
Yeah, and your little fucking girl that's there. I'm subscribed to her too. Yeah, I like watching
I'm
you
fans
guys.
of both
You-
of us. I
you're
think he wants to
good
watch.
content
Nice.
I think
creators,
that's
I'll
what's
give you
going
that.
on. Which,
It's
sorry,
not
sir,
happening.
you don't have the money for that. Okay.
Oh, I'm subscribed to both of you motherfuckers.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Hey, you
anyways,
can take that as a compliment. Goddamn.
sir, I'm not taking anything as
How
a
is that
compliment.
a bad thing?
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
Okay. Well, there we
I
go.
didn't say it
We
was a
agreed
good
on
thing
something,
either.
huh?
You want a pat on the back? I don't know what to tell you, bud.
There we go. Yep. What's up?
We each have like tens of thousands of followers, sir. Like, I appreciate you, but
Good. I'm glad you do.
glad
you're
you
making
feel like you're
living on
making
it.
a difference.
Good.
Okay. So, anyways, why do you still
No, I'm
support
not.
Trump?
No. Why do I support Trump? Because he's the president of the United States. That's why.
So the fuck what? So did you support Biden?
Yeah, I did to an extent. I mean, I didn't
To an
agree with
extent?
everything he does, but yeah, I support. Yeah, he's my president. Yeah, I'm going to support
Do you think
him.
Germany should have just supported Hitler because he was the chancellor?
No.
But I mean, he was the
But at
leader,
same
so
time,
it
they
doesn't
weren't
really
being
matter.
fed everything. The media wasn't what it was when Nazi Germany was in control.
You know, it is funny how many
And it's a little
similarities
bit.
there
It's a
are
little
between
bit
like
It's a little.
Joseph
Hold on, I'm
Goebbels
talking.
and
Hold
like
on, I'm talking. Hey, hold on.
like
Hold on, I'm
Fox
talking.
News and all sorts of stuff
It's
like that. So
no.
it is
Stop
pretty
it.
crazy
Don't act
how
like
they,
Fox
It does.
News
yeah,
controls the
this is a
media.
giant like propaganda machine that just freaking
Or
lies
I
and-
like
You've
how
lost
Jesse
your
Waters went
mind.
on Fox and was like, somebody rolled down their window and yelled at me that I was a fascist. They don't know me. They don't know I'm a fascist. and then what's her name? Gosh, I just forgot her name. The Democrat.
You're
Yes,
telling the
I'm sure you'll
story.
figure it out.
I can't remember her name. So she claps back and she's like, he does know who you are. You're on TV.
You're literally on TV. Yeah, we know
Gosh.
exactly who you are, Jesse.
Oh, what's her name? Who's the one Democrat in the? Gosh, I just remember.
On Fox?
Jessica
Tarlov.
Karlov. Thank you guys.
Tarlov.
Tarlov. I don't know which
Yeah.
one. I'm so sorry. Jessica. Jessica for being like, Jesse. They know who you are.
Yeah.
You're on TV.
Cool. Well, all right. Anyways, what were you complaining about? Sorry, I forgot you were here.
No. I was just listening to you guys.
I know you
Just
do that all the
fucking
time. You're a
mumble nothing
fan.
for a
So what were you
second.
saying? I apologize.
I wasn't saying anything. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So you support anybody who's the president, but you don't think that that other countries should support someone just because it's their leader, right? But if it's our leader, you think that we should support the president regardless. That's very unpatriotic and servile of you.
It's unpatriotic to support the commander in chief of your
And
country, your nation.
servile.
Yeah,
Unpatriotic and servile.
Yeah.
What is
Your
what
blind
does servile
support.
mean?
It means you're a sheep.
Oh, I'm a welder, not a sheep, so I don't know.
Yeah. You know who said that, sir?
Who said that?
Teddy Roosevelt. Have you heard of him?
Oh, Theodore Roosevelt. Yeah, he's a great man.
He said supporting the president just because they're the president is one of the most unpatriotic and servile things that you can do.
And it was also morally reprehensible. That was a part of his quote too.
I guess I'm servile. I don't know.
Yeah, because, sir, the thing about the president is a public servant, one that we vote in order to do a job for the American people. You're not supposed to support them because you hired them. You are supposed to be critical of them and hold them to account for the things that they're doing. That is the whole entire point of being a public servant. Okay.
I didn't say I agree with every single goddamn thing Trump says. Unlike you guys, when it comes to Biden or Kamala Harris or anybody, you guys just support them blindly, no matter what they say. You agree with it.
I actually wasn't a big fan of Biden at all.
I just said
to be
I
honest
support
with you.
him because he's my president.
I'm actually not
like
a big
to
fan of
support my
Biden, to be
president.
completely honest with you.
Let's test this real quick. You
Most
support him
people
because
weren't a big
he's your
fan.
president. You don't support some of the things that he says. Can you admonish Donald Trump for him and his his administration, for saying completely untrue things about the killings of Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy? Can you admonish the president for that?
No, Renee Nicole Good deserved to get shot for what she did.
What about
I
Alex
shot her
Preddy?
if I was the cop.
What about Alex Preddy?
That video. See, I haven't really looked into that too much, but I've watched the video, and he did have a gun, and he was known to hate ICE agents, and his attitude toward the ICE agents.
Yeah, that's just
did look
premeditation
like he
on the
was-
officer's part, actually. The fact that what he did the 11 days prior, where he had potentially broken a taillight and then got the shit beat out of him by ICE, actually just shows premeditation on the Border Patrol agent's part for killing him.
No, that's just premeditation on his part. Because
No,
he got
that's
his ass whooped by a bunch
premeditation
of
for
cops,
Border
so
Patrol to kill him later
he
because they
probably-
already
he
had
had
an
a
incident
reason-
with him where they beat him up. Yet his
Right,
hand
so
wasn't
he
on the
had a
gun
reason
once.
to carry
So
that
I just
gun,
want to be
and he
clear,
reached for that gun.
when Department of Homeland Security personnel kill American citizens in the street, we're not even talking about Keith Porter. I'm sure you've never heard of him, the man that was killed on New Year's Eve by an off-duty
I
ICE
could care
agent.
less.
Yeah, while he was walking back
Off-duty
to
ICE
his
agents,
house.
so now you're holding ICE accountable for shit when
Oh
their
yeah,
agents
because
are
he said he was
off-duty.
responding to a call of shots fired in the area. Keith Porter was literally back turned, walking back to his apartment when the ICE officer shot him in the back. Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
I'm sure that's
We're
not
holding them
completely true.
accountable.
I'm sure you're just
How
distorting
about
it just a
Vladimir
little bit
Martinez?
to fit
How
your
about
narrative.
Vladimir Martinez, who was shot 5 times by
You
an
don't
ICE
have to
officer?
say it with a Hispanic accent like you're fucking Hispanic. You're not. You're white. You don't have to.
I don't like the way he said fucking
have to
Hispanic
do
right
that.
there. I don't like that.
Also, like,
Well,
white,
you don't have to.
I don't know if you
no,
realize
just don't
this, but
have to do
Hispanic
it.
people
It
can
makes
be
you guys
white.
look like bootlickers.
Hispanic people can
Okay.
be white, just so you're aware.
No,
I'm Cuban.
generally
are.
are.
Yeah, but
Hispanic,
I don't.
yeah.
Oh,
speak
so you're
every
white
fucking
presenting
Hispanic name.
Hispanic. Oh yeah, because
Martinez.
I'm so sorry that you
makes you look
didn't
stupid.
learn Spanish growing up, and so that because I learned Spanish
fucking
and I did.
speak Spanish.
I'm
Cuban.
sure you just said that.
Little
He
girl,
just said that.
relax.
Was he not the one that was complaining
I
about
said
the
I'm
Super Bowl?
white. I'm Cuban.
I don't know. I'm not
I don't
really
know
listening
anymore.
to him that much.
Anyways,
So we're 0 for
so
2 on
again-
him
Y'all can't
being able to stand
handle
up
it.
against
Y'all
Trump,
do
man.
this shit to
Yeah,
people,
he's
but
doing
you can't
horror.
handle it when
Actually,
people
he's
do it
actually
to
0
you.
for 4. He got so butthurt that I said somebody's name the way that it's supposed to be pronounced because I actually
No,
pay
I'm not
fucking
butthurt.
attention. And so sorry that I
Okay.
can roll my R's. I love how that triggers
Yeah.
Magus so much.
Just to
roll
let
my
you know,
Rs.
Spain is in Europe. But I'm just curious. So are you cool with admonishing Donald Trump for being a racist?
Pain is in Europe. She said.
Did you not
What'd
know
you say,
that?
buddy? No, I'm just listening to you. I'm sorry. I'm just
Oh,
repeating.
I'm not surprised you're not. Are you okay with admonishing Donald Trump for being a racist?
No, he's not a racist. He's just stupid, and he just says what comes
He's
out of his
not
mouth.
a
He
racist,
just
but he
says what
literally
comes
just
out the top of
posted
his brain.
a picture of the Obamas as apes. and then defended it and backed it after he did it?
He didn't post that, number one. His aides posted that. It wasn't,
But when he was asked about it, he said it was he backed it up. He didn't say, "Oh, like it was actually my aides made it."
He
was
didn't
cool.
post
Didn't apologize
that.
at all.
Remember how just a second ago?
No,
this
I
guy
think
was
that's funny. I think that's funny. I don't think that's racist.
Yeah, that makes you a racist, sir. But remember how just like a second ago, this guy was just like, "Oh, you guys won't say anything bad about Biden. You guys are bootlickers." And now he's just defended the murder of 2 American citizens. Well, 3 American citizens.
And then the unlawful shooting of another American citizen.
If you
body
get in
rights
between
less,
federal
and
agents,
now
do you remember
okay
just like a
with
second ago? It was pretty
shot.
crazy how he was saying that he supports every president just because they're the president. But apparently, when that president is black, then it's funny to dress them up as and make fun of them for their race and call them apes.
I supported Obama too.
You know, that's
Obama
funny.
was the first
Oh,
president
but you
I ever
can't
voted
stand.
for.
But you can't stand up for him right now. That's pretty crazy,
Why
sir.
would
What we
I?
like to call that
He
in my line of work, sir.
literally, he
Sir,
has
what
been
we like,
indicted
sir,
on colluding
sir,
with that Russiagate
sir,
bullshit. He's
what-
a fucking liberal piece of shit. I don't have to
Yeah,
shit,
there
bitch.
we
You
go.
can hang up.
There
I
we
don't
go.
care what
There's
you do.
all of that.
It's okay, little guy. So, is there anything you're actually going to
Little
say?
guy, I
Because
would
right now
smack the
you
fuck
are.
out of you so
Oh,
quick.
I'm a
You-
big
I would
guy on the
fucking
internet.
make
I
you
think I'm so
cry.
hard.
Do it.
Anyways,
I'm telling you, I would.
Are you hard, sir?
No, I'm not. But you're definitely not. But you
Oh,
talk
okay.
like it because you got a little YouTube channel.
I would
It's
hope
just
that
weird
he's
how
not.
you talk to people.
I think it's weird that like he's like, I know you're not. It's like I would honestly hope that you're not hard sitting at the table
Oh, he just
talking fucking
he just
politics
wants to
with
know.
MAGA
That's all that
morons.
was. He
That's
just wants to
fucking
know.
I'm not even talking politics.
weird.
You're asking me
I
questions
think
and
it
I'm
would be
answering
weird
them,
to
and
be
you
on
guys are
live
fucking
talking
upset about it.
politics and
Sir,
having a
it's just
boner.
really, really funny that you had the nerve to call us bootlickers, right? And then we
You
literally
are.
asked you
You're liberal
multiple, like
bootlickers.
we asked you like multiple things, okay, to freaking admonish Donald Trump
I've
for that he's
answered
done.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, and you bootlicked for
Ask
him
another
every time.
question.
Sir, do you
Just
have
ask
anything
another
you can
question.
say? Is there anything bad you can say about Trump?
Anything good I can say about Trump?
Bad.
I can't even hear the
Anything
word
bad I
correctly.
can say about Trump?
It's because he's too busy yapping.
That wasn't even anywhere close. Good, bad. Literally only share one letter.
Good and bad are okay. You're right. They're literally the same thing, just opposites of each other. So yeah, it was kind of close. That
Oh
was
my
stupid to say.
god!
They're
You're
literally
one
the
over here
same
mumbling
thing,
over your own
except for
fucking words.
opposites of
You
each
can't
other.
think
That
of
makes
the
them
only
not the same
Democrat.
thing.
You're a Democrat, and you can't think of the only
I'm not a
Democrat on
fucking
Fox
Democrat.
News.
So
You couldn't even
sorry, I
figure it
can't
out. You had to have
remember
your
Jessica
chat help you,
Tarlow's
bitch.
name offhand.
the
Oh
fuck
my
up.
god,
Y'all
it's
are
so
idiots, bro.
horrible. Yet you still can't admonish Donald Trump for any of the bad shit he does, and you're literally
No, because
defending
he's
it,
not
even
a
though
racist.
we didn't even ask
He's
you.
done more for
Yeah.
the black community than any
Says a
fucking
non-black.
president ever has.
You know what? I don't like the way he just said black either. Did you hear that?
I don't like it either.
Yeah, first it was
What, the
he said
nigger
it was
community? Did you want me to say nigger? Because I'll say nigger
there's
if
that
you want.
racism.
There
we
it
knew it
is.
was there, sir. We
Do
were
you
just
want
like,
my
No.
fucking full name and social security number?
I
too,
already
to
know
try
where
to
you're at,
make
sir.
me
I'm
feel
gonna
bad about
help you
myself?
out.
What do you want?
Okay,
That's what
okay,
you
okay.
wanted me to say, isn't it?
I already know where you're at specifically in the state of North Carolina. So literally go fuck
Yeah, I'm in
yourself
Random
with
in
your
North
racist
Carolina,
ass.
716 Pompous Place.
area codes. Anyway, that guy was something. I was gonna keep him on for a little longer, but I was gonna leave him on for a little longer. I don't care. I like when their racism comes out. That's actually very, very good for me because they aren't racist. It just the way he said the blacks. It was just
I didn't
something
even hear
about
him
that.
say that with the S, to be honest.
Yeah. He was like Donald Trump has done more for the blacks. I don't know, like just the way he said it was very
I won't even repeat it, but he was on something, that's for sure.
blacks. It's gross. Pete, thank you so much for the 2 hours. Said literally the same thing, but the opposite. Yeah, exactly. Dude, good and bad are literally the exact same thing, just the opposite of that thing.
And he didn't even understand when it was like they only share one letter. He didn't even get that at all. You
Yeah.
did, because you laughed at least.
That's so stupid. Politics with Matt. What's going on, Matt? How you doing, brother? Says support Polly and Ari going to New York City for Neil Kings because I'm going too and I want to meet my friends in person. Y'all, as we said earlier, we are fundraising this weekend, trying to get to New York for the next No Kings protest coming up very, very soon. And we're also splitting that money with a local domestic violence shelter because we want to do something awesome for Valentine's Day too. So if you guys would like to support the live, we really appreciate it. We do have super chats, super stickers, live gift goals, all the pay links in the bio, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. They're all either at Polypolitics. You can send it to either one of us. It doesn't matter. It's all going to the same pot of money. So if you guys would like to support, we really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And thank you so much, Matt. Yeah, we do plan on going up there and meeting up with Matt and actually a couple other creators too while we're up there and doing that next month. So if you'd like support, we really, really appreciate that. Thank you guys so much. And thank you so much, Matt. And Tatted right here, our bag with the $10 said, "No King's boy. Happy V-Day, you too. He's the president. He's the president is the dumbest thing people say." It truly, truly is.
It really is. It gets me every single time.
It is. It's absolutely crazy. But thank you so much, Ted, and supporting us going out to the protest. We appreciate that.
Danielle, No Kings is the 28th.
And Angie said, "My two favorites, have a great day." Thank you so much, Angie. Really appreciate that. Also, VJ Long, Jorge, DJ Sue. Thank you guys all so much. Darth, thank you guys so much for the jewels also. We appreciate that. All right, we're going to keep this thing going and open up these phone lines. So we really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. Oh, I am thirsty.
Drink your water. Guys, this is your reminder to hydrate. Okay?
I am thirsty, dude. I've been sick and I have not been having enough water. Hello, how are you? Was that an English word? What was that? No, I don't know what the hell that was. Hello, how are you?
How we doing?
I'm doing great. How old are you?
I am 21.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
What do you mean by support? As in, like, politically 100%, or in terms of policies and laws? What do you mean?
I don't know, man. Pick one. I don't really give a shit.
How about you pick one? It's your show.
It's your opinion. I can't pick your opinion.
Do you like what he's doing?
I think he has some good ideas, but I think it might be not executed in the best manner.
He has concepts of a plan.
I like the concepts, but not the plan.
Yeah, just 2 more weeks
No.
and I have a concept of a plan on how I'm going to be a good president. I haven't figured it out yet, but very soon, very, very soon, we'll have concepts of how we're going to be a good president.
Okay, what do you think's so bad that he's done?
How many violations of the Constitution or the law should we go through?
Ooh.
List them off. Pick 2 since
Sir,
you have so many.
Sir, it's Valentine's Day. I'm trying to go to dinner tonight. I don't have all day.
Oh, you got a couple minutes,
my.
so let's hear it.
Yeah, sir, it would take me until the freaking next fiscal year to get through all the violations of the law and Constitution.
I said name. I said name too.
Sure, Donald Trump and his administration are actively trying to deport individuals that have either protested against them as non-citizens or spoke out negatively against the Israeli government. And their cases were all overturned by the judicial court system, saying that that was an infringement on their freedom of speech covered by the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. I don't think he's won a single First Amendment battle yet so far.
Yeah, wasn't it?
What,
weird? It was something like, what was it? It was something like, I think it was how many thousands of cases. It was like thousands and thousands of cases where he is arrested and detained or deported undocumented immigrants, and the courts have called it illegal.
Oh, fourth.
Okay,
it
name
was
one.
at least
Name one.
4,000.
Yeah, I think it was
at least
4,000. That's pretty crazy. Anyways,
Name
what were you
one.
saying?
Name one. Name
Kilmer Brago Garcia,
one. Okay, shit.
Liam Ramos.
Oh. And he clicked off. Bye, Pookie. Oh, shit. Yeah, they actually know something. That's one way to end the call, I guess. Oh. We are literally living in the movie Idiocracy it's alive right now. Also, thank you so much, Makula. I hope I said your name correctly for the 30 over on Cash App.
And thank you so much, Denise, also for the 25. Really appreciate that. Said for you and Ari are amazing. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. Thank you. And 334 said callers should be quick to hear and slow to speak. Yes.
Sincerely.
Yes, very much so.
You're awesome.
God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. They used to tell me that in Sunday school. Maybe we should start teaching that again. Not sure. Oh, Paul, thank you so much for the $20. Says beautiful people doing great things. Thank you so much, Paul. We really appreciate that. VJ says supporting y'all to get you to New York. Glad to see you. You and Ari back on the grind. Glad to see you back on the grind, Ari. So thank you so much. Appreciate that. Matt said, no kings. These MAGAs are brainwashed and delusional. 100%. Thank you so much, Matt. Steven says, that's a big word. The sophistry?
Sophistry.
The sophistry of the ignorant is truly amazing. That's too big of a word for me, okay? Those go to her. I don't know about all these big words, okay?
I can't say I pronounce all of them correctly. I have been corrected multiple times, including by him.
Yeah, that's true. I have got you a few times, but you got me on that one. Thank you so much for making me look stupid, Steven. I appreciate that. And VJ said happy Valentine's Day, Ari and Polly. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I thought I had already turned that on. All right, we're going to open the phone lines, get this thing going. Appreciate you. Oh, we're going to do that real quick. Hello, how are you?
Okay, bye.
All right, goodbye. Hope you have a good one. Hello? Sir, we're over here.
Hi. You're live on air. You can turn down the stream.
Appreciate it. Oh, okay. My friend kind of just told me to watch you guys. I don't know what it's about.
Okay.
Oh, well, then, bye.
Ah!
That was weird. That's so scary. I'm scared.
Rob said Idiocracy wasn't even this bad. It's actually really funny because I've been watching, like, so many videos are showing up on my feed. And they're literally just comparisons between Idiocracy and real life. Have you seen any of those?
No, I don't think I've
Oh my
seen
God.
those.
They put the where Terry Crews comes out as president. They put that video right next to Kid Rock's concert. And it looks almost exactly the same. It was fucking hilarious, dude. It was so funny. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
20.
Are you a robot?
No.
What year did you graduate high school?
2027.
Yeah, bye.
That'd be next year.
Bye, 17-year-old.
How many years did you fail in order to be 20 and graduating next year?
No comment? That was actually kind of fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of years held
That's
back.
him again.
I was just saying.
Why don't you hang up?
Probably because you're not your age.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Doing great. How old are you?
I am 47.
Is that 47? Is that what you said?
Yes, sir.
All right, awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Hello?
Do you still support Trump?
Not in the way you think, bro. Like if you look at what he's done to the party,
I don't think.
He's pissing off his I don't like him. I don't like racists. I don't like fascists. I don't like all that stuff. But he's uniting the party. He's gonna get Republicans that they just can't take it. They can't take that smoke, bro. And they're gonna end up doing policies with the Democrats more and more.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, is he making a uniparty then? Is that what you're saying?
No, not like. I mean, in a positive way, yeah.
No will to have this conversation.
Okay.
I mean, if you want to engage it, you can.
But listen. Republicans right now are going to be breaking down. I'm a liberal. I'm Democratic, whatever you want. I don't believe that men should be in women's sports and all like just simple things.
Yeah, I also don't believe he was 47. But MAGA usually sounds way older than they are, which is, Anyways, hello, how are you?
The fact that was such a sounded like an old school hang up. It literally sounded like he put the receiver down, the phone on the receiver. That was so crazy. I haven't heard an old school hang up sound in a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't do this whole and let's just be honest. First of all, Rad Storm, thank you so much for 2 hours. Said happy B-Day to me. Oh, happy birthday, Rad Storm.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. Cha cha cha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Rad Storm Crow.
Happy birthday to you. I didn't want to say the full name. Just Rad was.
We weren't on a connection there. Can we get a bunch of happy birthdays in there for Rad Storm? Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. What do you want?
No. Oh my. Yeah, somebody said they miss hanging up the phone on the receiver, and not gonna lie, that used to be such a satisfactory thing. I get to do that at work though.
Yeah, you can be mad at somebody and you can just be like, click, and just like, yeah, and actually like hang up on them. Yeah, I missed that. Let's see who we got over here. Harris won, Trump cheated 24. That's it.
They didn't mean a request.
That's a crazy name. Harris won, Trump cheated 24. That's their actual TikTok handle.
Damn.
Yeah, hello? All right, I don't think you mean to be there. Hello, how are you? All right, goodbye.
I guess they took us seriously that it was cathartic to hang up on somebody.
Hello, how are you? Hello?
That is Samuel. Samuel, are you there?
I'm going to hang up. That was loud.
I just heard it reverb. That was weird. It sounded like I was coming out of both of his speakers. If you do it, I'm not talking to him at all. I will not.
Hello?
How's it going?
I don't know. How's it going with you?
Pretty good. Do you need my age before we get into this?
I mean, if you want to give it to me, sure.
I'm 23.
Awesome. What's up?
I support Trump still. Do you want a P1, P2, and then the conclusion why?
Sure.
P1, when it comes to obligations, we don't have something called a causal obligation.
I was just wondering. That was all it was. I was just wondering how long it would get. Like that. I was just curious on how long it would take.
Yeah.
And it was so much faster than I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I mean, Ari runs from my debates because she lost the last one.
No, it's actually funny. So she has you saved in the phone on here, and your name on here is causal obligation. And I was just curious on how long it would take you to get to a causal obligation argument, and it took you literally like 4 seconds.
And to be clear, this guy thinks and this is what I find funny. He thinks that he is. That's all he is. He's a one-trick pony. He thinks that he's beat everybody that he's ever talked to in a debate, but has lost his gonads to actually talk to an attorney, and is being like, if you just talk about the law, you're just committing a logical fallacy because you're doing an appeal to authority and appeal to legality, and that's literally all he has. He talks like he's 13 and thinks that he beat Parker in a debate, but won't give me the date and the timestamp of that debate so I can go watch it. But the way
I've told you in your videos multiple times,
you have zero capacity to beat anybody in a debate that is not 12 years of age or younger. You are a literal child. But I will say, tell Bambi hi because I do like her.
I was just curious. She had him saved as causal obligation. I was just really curious on how long it would take for him to say causal obligation.
Listen.
It was so fast.
Here's my thing though.
So fast.
Here's my thing. This guy has been calling me since fucking August. He calls me at least once a week since fucking August. But I'm sorry, I hate to say it, but at this point you're a fucking stalker.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing awesome. How old are you?
I am 37.
Oh, so do you still
live in Florida?
Yeah. Do you still support Trump?
You know, that is a great question. there are some things, and some things, of course, that are real. That,
Yeah, you're breaking up
course.
super
Why is he
hard.
skipping?
I don't know. He's
Oh
breaking up super
no.
hard.
Okay. Here, let me try somewhere else. Is this a little better?
So far.
Can, okay, good. Just let me know. I'm sorry about that, guys. No, so I'm not sure if you actually heard me before. So, um, I, I would love to say that I could support him, but I can't. I mean, there's a lot of things he's done in the past, and a lot of things I hear of rumor of the future that I think would be wonderful and could be helpful. But as far as some of the actions, I mean, I can't really stand behind a leader who does and says some of the things that he does.
Well, I completely agree with that. That makes complete sense that you should not support that. But we are looking for people that support Trump because we're trying to have some conversation with some Trump supporters right now. So I am going to move on to the next caller.
Right. No, absolutely.
But I hope you have a good one, okay?
Well, you have a great. You too. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you too. Bye-bye.
Razzle dazzle. I actually set that. So here's actually a funny thing. I actually set that boundary. I said, you don't get to talk to me or Polly ever unless you talk to those people first.
Hello, how are you?
And guess what? He doesn't ever
Good.
boundaries.
Awesome. How old are you?
17.
Okay. Well,
Have a great day.
Have fun playing with Legos someplace else. Hello, how are you?
Hey.
All right, how old are you?
No, you can't.
No, I can't what?
Buddy, fight my wiener.
Sir, I wouldn't want to get stuck between my teeth, okay? Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
It's going great. How old are you?
32.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Versus who? Kamala?
Versus America? Do you support him or do you not?
I think he's a lesser of two evils.
He's a lesser of two evils. He's a felon and a rapist that defrauded a children's cancer charity. Please explain to me who's more evil than that?
So say that one more time. You're breaking up a little bit.
He is a felon and a rapist who defrauded a children's cancer charity for $400 million. He freaking brags about sexual assault. He sexualized a 10-year-old. He sexualized his daughter. He is currently the person that's hiding the largest sex trafficking ring to ever exist in the United States, right? Please explain to me who's more evil than that and why?
Post racist videos.
What racist videos?
Sir, we're not going to hyper focus on the one thing that the last thing that she said. I would like you to tell me who is more evil than that and why.
So you're saying felon. You're talking about a rigged witch hunt, right? Let's just be honest. That was a targeted event where he was gone after unjustly. If you want to look at all these other politicians, right? You look at Nancy Pelosi.
You're getting stuck on one thing.
Yeah,
again.
you're super hyper focusing.
We asked you who is.
Everything. I can't
no, we're
talk
not
about
asking
everything
you
all at
to.
once.
We're not asking you to address each individual thing that we listed off. We are asking you who is more evil
and why.
And why?
I'm trying
You don't
to
have
explain
to.
that, but
You don't have to dismantle every point that we made or any point that we made about Donald Trump. Name someone and why. Who is more evil?
I have to talk about one
no, you do
topic
not.
at a time.
Sir, yes, you do. Here is the topic. Okay? I'm going to explain to you the topic, and I think you're having some confusion here. The topic is not all the things I named,
okay,
sir. The topic is who is more evil and why.
So you guys get to pick the topic to spin the narrative.
No, you picked the topic by saying he was the lesser. Sir, you picked the topic when you said he is the lesser of two evils. I am responding to your picking of the topic with who is more evil and why. You see how that directly relates? You see how that's a direct question to what you said? You see how that works?
And when you, and so when I was talking about Nancy Pelosi, like I just was saying,
okay, cool.
People of the Democratic Party who have been using the system to get rich and pretend that things aren't happening that are. So that's okay?
Gotcha. Donald Trump has tripled his net worth since becoming president.
Okay. So let me know if I'm
So
okay to
if
speak.
your argument is Nancy Pelosi is more evil than Donald Trump because she's using a system to enrich herself, then Donald Trump is also using that same system to enrich himself. So therefore, no one is more evil because they're exactly the same. Actually, if you want to put it in comparison, Donald Trump has made a lot more money than Nancy Pelosi is. So technically, she would still be less evil than he is. So please explain to me who is more evil than Donald Trump and why.
Sure. So let's talk about that topic. Let me break it down for a moment.
I think either he hung up or he lost service. I don't know what that was, but let me break that down take a moment to break. That was great. That was fantastic. Also, let's see. Why did that go away? W to Dagger's wife for the Venmo, saying that they wish that they were in New York because it sounds like fun.
Yay! Yay! Thank you so much, Dagger's wife. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. That's very, very sweet. Hello, how are you?
Hi, how's it going?
It's going well. How old are you? Big
How
W's in,
old am I?
yeah, Big W's in the chat for Dagger's wife. Big W's in the chat for Dagger's wife.
I am 61 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I don't support any Democrats or any Republicans, and I've really gotten disenfranchised on voting because both parties seem to just push an agenda of hate, and it's weaponized neighbors and coworkers, and people hate each other now because of what the politicians do to run their campaigns.
Yeah, awesome. I'll challenge
And
that.
it's just none of it is for me.
Yeah, I'll challenge that. The president of the United States is literally called the left domestic terrorists. He has called people who have been murdered domestic terrorists and launched investigations into their family members after they were killed. He called for the hanging of Democratic representatives. Can you please explain to me how the left is the one pushing any hate?
Any political ad you look at pushes hate. Nobody gets up and says what they are for. They just say what is wrong with the other guy and why we should hate them and why they're bad. Both parties do that.
That's
You
not
can't.
true.
You
We
can't
just watched the
actually
political
sit there
ad
and say
last
that
night
neither.
that was not hateful at all. It specifically
95% of the of it is all hate, and that's why neighbors and friends and people that used to talk to each other hate each other right now because they're being weaponized by these idiot
That doesn't sound like hate,
politicians
sir.
on both sides.
Sir, if I say Donald Trump is in violation of the Constitution, that's not pushing hate. That's just an observation.
Oh,
if
yeah.
I say you shouldn't
Am I
support
for
Donald
him?
Trump,
No. Is he
because
terrible? Yes.
Yeah, but that's not pushing hate,
Were
sir.
the Democrats terrible when they hid the fact that Joe Biden was no longer fit to be president? Yeah, that was terrible too.
How did they hide that, sir?
How did they hide it? They denied it forever and ever.
Sir, if they were, sir,
I have no
let me ask
dog
you a
in this
question.
fight.
No,
I hate
sir,
both sides
sir, no one's
equally.
asking you about the dog in the fight. If you knew it, then how were they hiding it? If every
you could
fucking
look at
Republican,
videos
sir,
and see.
sir, if you could see videos of it, then how were they hiding it? If every fucking Republican and Fox News talked about it every single day, then how were they hiding it?
By not saying we need to step in and take the power from this guy and put somebody else in power. That's how they hid it.
A second ago it was hiding it.
Completely screwed
That's
up the
not
election
hiding it,
by
sir.
putting somebody
That's
in there
not
with less
hiding
than
it.
a year,
Sir, that's
almost
not
to make sure
hiding
that they
it.
lost.
Sir, that's not hiding it. Okay? That is, you don't like the response to it. Okay? And that's a whole different conversation. No one hid shit from you. You apparently know it right now, and you knew it the whole fucking time. So nobody was hiding a goddamn thing from you. And the reason why it took so long for somebody to come in is because Joe Biden didn't step down, and that's on Joe Biden because he was too fucking old to be president to begin with. That's not on the Democratic Party. That's on Joe Biden for sucking. Okay? But nobody was hiding shit from you. And that's not spewing hate. I just gave you a
No,
direct
you're right.
example.
They didn't hide it because they couldn't hide it. We all saw it.
Nobody was trying to fuck. Donald Trump is literally getting dementia tests right now. Are you mad about that? And failing
Am I
them?
mad about it? I'm mad that he's president because he
Then
sucks.
why? Yeah,
I'm mad because
so you
no
hate,
politician wants to bring things
yeah.
back to the
So
middle.
you literally
No
hate,
politician
sir,
out there wants to
Biden was
bring
literally
things
one of the
back
most
to the middle.
middle presidents that ever fucking existed. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Literally, currently, right now, freaking the current administration is hiding the mental downfall of Donald Trump in front of our faces. But you don't mention that. You mention something that happened with Joe Biden.
I was bringing up points on both sides and why I don't trust either side.
Sir, I'm not asking you why
Neither
you
side
trust
is to be
anything.
trusted.
I'm not asking you
Neither
why you
side.
should trust anyone. You said both sides is spewing hate. I gave you a direct
They
example
are.
of
They
the
do.
current president of the United States calling for the fucking murder of Democrats. I am
Right,
waiting
there
for
he
a
is, spewing
response.
hate. There he
Yeah,
is,
and
spewing
where's
hate.
the left
You made
spewing
my
that hate like
point.
that?
Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
That's not
You made
making
my
my
point.
point, sir.
They're spewing
sir,
hate.
if you think that that's making the point, then you're not listening to the fucking point. Okay,
I
listen
said
to
both
me.
sides spew hate in
You
political
Name a
said
Democratic.
yes.
Are you
name
saying
a
they don't?
Democratic. Hi. Name a Democratic representative or senator that has said so and so should be killed. I'll wait.
I'm not saying which is. I'm saying they both spew hate. There's different types of hate.
No. Let's try this again. Name a
Sure.
Democratic congressperson, House of Representatives, or a senator that has called for the killing of a member of the opposite political party. I will wait.
I can't answer your question because I don't know. It's not an aha moment because I never called in and said, "Oh, Democrats want to kill Republicans." I never said that. I never said that. I said they both spew hate.
Yeah,
They both
you
spew
put them
hate,
together.
and that's a fact.
Yeah, one of them is calling for fucking people's murders, and
They both suck.
one of them is running political ads that you don't like. Okay,
And that sucks.
putting those two things together as if they're the fucking same and saying both sides are bad, that doesn't make you fucking good. That doesn't make you an independent. That doesn't make you any better than anything like that. It doesn't make you a good voter or a good American. It actually is the opposite. Okay, because literally while one side, okay, is trying to literally have people murdered, okay, you're, instead of being like, that's bad, you're like, oh, just the other side that's getting the murders, that's getting murdered, they're bad too. Okay, you're not better. You're not some independent. You're not some like, oh, some bastion of democracy for freaking trying to say, oh, everybody sucks. It's actually one of the weakest, saddest points that you can try to make as a fucking American. There is currently a Republican president. There's a current Republican Senate. There's a current House of Representatives that is Republican. We have a conservative Supreme Court justice, and they are using their fucking power to systematically, okay, put people in concentration camps, to murder people, to try to push down the other side, to try to steal elections, to try to take away democracy, to be in violation of the Constitution, to be in violation of the law. And instead of being against all that horrible shit, you're just like, both sides are bad. I'm cool because of it. No, you're fucking not. Okay,
I never said I was cool because of it. I just say I don't trust any of them.
You are what helps.
None of them are to be trusted.
You are what helps administrations like this to do more bad stuff. Okay, because you've allowed them to convince you that the side that has no power, okay, that is minding their own fucking business, is just as bad as they are.
I don't trust either side. I've never trusted.
Okay, then never vote again in your life.
For decades.
There you go.
Yeah,
just don't vote.
I will never vote again in my life.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
I'm moving to Costa Rica. Have
Okay,
fun
bye.
with this mess.
Nobody
Bye.
cares. Bye. Get out of here then. Like, okay, then don't call a political stream. It's just,
You will not be missed. John Deere, thank you so much for the bronze medal. I appreciate that. Jen, thank you so much for the $10. Says have a slice of New York pizza for me. I've actually never been to New York.
I have been there once.
I've
on
never
a
been
layover.
there.
It was a layover. I didn't.
Like we said before, y'all, we are doing a fundraiser the next couple days trying to make money for us to get out to No Kings protest in New York next month. And we're going to split a lot of that money with a local domestic violence shelter also. So if you guys would like to help support either us or the shelter or both or neither, honestly, it's all good. We love you and thank you guys so much for being here. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We do this like 5-6 nights a week. So we really, really appreciate you guys and happy Valentine's Day. If you'd like support, we do have super chats. We do have super stickers. We have all the fun stuff to try to help support, and we have all the pay links in the bio. So thank you so much. Beat, thank you so much for the $2. Really appreciate that. And Beat also he has to take a week off to think about it. Yeah, apparently.
This is amazing.
And Shay, thank you so much for the $100 super chat. Big W's in the chat for Shay for the $100 super chat. Said, I am thrilled that both of you are going to New York for No Kings. And I want to show you my support. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you so much, Shay. Huge W's in the chat to Shay for helping support our trip out to New York. So thank you guys so much. And we'll be streaming live the whole time. It'll be really fun. So make sure you guys are liked and subscribed and turning on notifications to make sure that you are watching us do a whole bunch of stuff. I think we're going to try to line up some interviews and stuff like that too while we're out there.
That'd be awesome. I would love to.
Yeah, we're going to try to line some stuff up out there. Also, Gloria, thank you so much for the $10. Says No Kings. Thank you so much for supporting over there too. I really appreciate that, Gloria.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you guys so much. All right, let's open up these phone lines. Keep this thing going. I am literally so hot right now. Am I running a fever?
No, I'm feeling it too. You need to turn it down.
Oh my goodness. Hello.
Thanks.
Go ahead.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I am 28 years old.
28. Awesome. Are you still supporting Donald Trump?
I would say bits and pieces, yes. I voted for him in 24, and a lot I don't like seeing, but as the last person talked about a little bit, I definitely disagree with a lot of what he said, but there is a lot of rhetoric, I feel like, on both sides, which led me to vote for how I voted.
Okay. I mean, I personally don't care about what led you to vote. I care about what Donald Trump maybe achieved, in your opinion, in his first year back in office that somehow outweighs all of the bad to continue to support him in the year of our Lord 2026.
Well, again, no, it's not about what you just said as far as what led me to feel the way I feel right now, but it does play a big part, because if when we see rhetoric back and forth and we have people saying, well, Donald Trump said this and nobody said anything on the other side, well, there is a lot of fear mongering on the other side, and there's a lot of misinformation. There's a lot of leaving details out of all the things going on with.
Can I ask you a question?
With ICE. Sure.
Yeah. So what rhetoric that was spoken prior to the election by the Democrats hasn't already come true?
I'll give you an example. I'm
Sure.
talking about media.
Sir, I don't care about the fucking
with
media. I don't vote for Fox News or CNN.
Yeah, but that's where you're missing the point. So
Obviously, I'm missing the fucking point. Sir, I don't vote for Fox News or CNN. What point? I asked you, you said you're going to give me an example. How about you give me an example of something that was spread by the Democrats or by the left or whatever that hasn't like literally come true?
Awesome.
Almost exactly, if not worse.
Okay. Again, I'm talking about situations even recently that I can point to as far as a lot of the things with ICE, and I've watched your stuff. I've seen you talk about ICE even recently, so that's a big part. How many times have we seen these different?
You voted for Trump because of how I talk?
No, dude. Are you going to let me explain it to you? Or
yes, but I need to know
what
what you're explaining, sir, because she said she didn't care about the red. Listen.
But you're asking why people supported Trump.
No, I'm
so
not.
I'm trying to give you an example.
And maybe that's some confusion here. Okay, maybe we're confused. So let's level set here. Okay. She
you're
asked
saying,
you,
why do you support Trump?
Sir, hello. It's impossible to level set if you're talking. Okay, perfect. She said she didn't care at all about, why, what the rhetoric was that led up to why you voted. I tend to agree with her, okay? You were insistent, okay, that the rhetoric that was happening before the election is the reason why you voted, and that's why it was important. So then I, against my better judgment, engaged with you on the conversation of what rhetoric it was, okay, that led you to vote for Donald Trump, a year and whatever ago, right? And so I engaged with you about this rhetoric that you said was fear mongering, which led you to vote for Donald Trump. And then you immediately switched to how I was talking about ICE recently. Okay? So none of this is meshing with the next part of the conversation. You're just saying random shit in response to things that we say. Okay? So we need to figure out what we're actually talking about here, because really this is just kind of an annoying way to have a conversation. So we're going to start over. Why do you support Donald Trump, sir?
I'll give you the short answer. I support Donald Trump because I am a Christian and I support Christian values. Out of these options that were available in the 2024 election, even though he is not a Christian himself, he does support values that are more baseline Christian. Now I know you're going to say Kamala Harris is an actual Christian, which is straight bullcrap, and then I'm going to say, well, she supports abortion, makes her not a Christian. You're going to pull out Numbers 5 out of context, say that that's talking about abortion when you have no idea what you're talking about, and then you'll end up hanging up on me. So is that the route we want to go?
Okay.
Or?
Well, actually, no, I want to dig into this for a second. So do you consider yourself a Christian nationalist?
I am a Christian. I love my country. So if that's what you want to label me, sure.
No, I mean, do you consider yourself a Christian
Do
nationalist?
you know what a Christian nationalist is?
Based on the way people will use that term now, no, I do not consider myself that, but I consider myself a Christian, and
Okay.
I love my country. So
Then that's
if
fine. What Christian values has Donald Trump espoused?
Well, I think the most important one is his stance against abortion. And again,
His stance
something
against
that
abortion has inherently moved since he's been in office of president, and even since before he was elected to office of president in 2025. He moved from supporting the 6-week ban in Florida to saying that it should be up to the women. They should be able to choose when they have an abortion, but no more than the point of viability. It's changed since he's been in the office of president, specifically with the negotiations that are occurring within Congress about the ACA subsidies, where Republican representatives want to put more restrictions on the Hatch Act, which already prevents any person or any institution from being provided any Medicaid reimbursement, and Medicaid from not being able to pay out any money on procedures for abortions, right? So abortion procedures, those are not allowed to be paid by government funds, right? And the Republican Party wants to put more restrictions on the Hatch Act. And just at the beginning of January, end of December, Donald Trump said, you guys need to lay off on putting on more restrictions when it comes to abortion, because he didn't want the government to shut down again. So he's very
Sure. Well, yeah, I
he's
disagree
not
with that as
consistent.
far as
I'm sure you
his
do
stance on
disagree
it.
with it.
And
Yeah. But I'm saying he's not
no, I
consistent
disagree
with
with
what
his
his
stance
view
on
is.
it.
I
I'd rather
know.
he
Yeah.
be
So
stricter
then
on
I
it.
guess you don't support him because of abortion, and that's not a Christian value that
Well,
he
I said,
espouses, because he's not following what you believe the Christian value
well, what,
is when it comes to abortion.
well, I still believe, even if that's what he said, his stance on abortion is definitely stricter than what Kamala Harris's was when she
No, Kamala
campaigned.
Harris's was
So,
actually more in line with the Bible itself.
no, that's where you're
Deuteronomy
wrong. Can you
21
show
verses
me in Numbers
22 through
5?
25. Deuteronomy
Show me
21
in.
Deuteronomy 21 verses 22 through 25. What is the what is the what's the word? What is the punishment for somebody that forcibly ends a pregnancy?
Yeah. So you wanna
What is the
actually let
punishment?
me
What is the
you want me
punishment?
to
No,
pull
I'm
that
asking
out and
you a
show you how you're
direct
gonna use it out of
question.
context, or
Oh, I mean,
yeah,
I
I know,
know
but
the
do you want me to
context. I could
pull out
literally
that?
pull up the biblical
I'm sure
quote
you
for you
do.
in 2.5 seconds, not a problem.
Well,
Again,
why don't you
what
use
is the
why don't you guys use Numbers 5 like you used the other day? Can you
Numbers
show me how
5
Numbers
takes
5?
away, I don't know if you realize this, but Numbers 5 takes away consent from the woman, because it's the men who are deciding whether or not she's been
Does
faithful
Number
or not
5
in issuing
does
it. So
Numbers
You know
no,
what's
5
Numbers 5
hold on,
does
isn't.
hold on,
Numbers
hold on,
5
real
mention a
quick.
pregnancy
I
at
just want
all?
to be
Does
very
Numbers
clear.
5
Hold on, shh. I want to be very clear that he said we were going to bring up Numbers 5, and then we didn't, and that he forced us to bring up Numbers 5. We were not talking about Numbers 5. He said that we were going to bring up Numbers 5.
We'll go Deuteronomy.
He said we were going to bring up Numbers 5. We didn't bring it up at all. You brought it up, and now you're trying to change the subject to Numbers 5 after saying that we would be the ones that did it. That's quite strange. It sounds like you're just the one that wants to talk about Numbers 5.
Well, yeah, because I heard you use it the other day.
Oh, but you just said that we were going to do it, and we were going to do it out of context, and then we were going to hang up on you afterwards, and then we didn't bring it up, and you forced it. Just kind of strange,
Sure.
sir.
All right,
It
well,
sounds like you have a
use
really weird
Deuteronomy
idea of
21.
how this is going to go.
All right, let's use
He's obviously
Deuteronomy
never listened to
21 then.
me.
What verses?
22
What
through
verses did you?
25. There are multiple different translations, but specifically, I believe it, gosh, I can't remember which translation it is, but one of the translations literally says that the fetus dies. So what does the man who aborted the fetus from the woman, what does he owe the family?
Deuteronomy 21 in verses
22 through 25.
There is no verse 25. It goes to verse 23 in chapter 21. There's nothing about a fetus, not a single mention of a fetus.
No, it's
you
usually
quote
called the
the
fruit of
verses you're
her
talking to?
womb.
It's
Did I
the
have
verse is wrong.
Oh, is it Exodus?
It's Leviticus.
Okay, Exodus
Oh, listen, I can be wrong.
I'm pretty sure.
It's okay.
No, I texted it to you the other day.
No, it's not Leviticus. I think it is in Exodus.
I texted it to you. Let me check it.
It might be.
Oh, Exodus 21, 22 through 25.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, I can have the wrong chapter.
Exodus 21, 22 to 25.
My bad. You got me.
Okay. And what was your point that you're making? Sorry, can you say it one more time?
What is it that the man who forcibly ends the a pregnancy of a woman, what is it that he owes the father?
Taking a second to look into it.
You know what else is funny? He's looking into it now, but yet he already told you that you took it out of context.
Isn't that hilarious?
Isn't that impressive? Isn't that literally impressive how he can literally claim that something is made out of context and he doesn't know what verse it is? Just find that quite strange. Normally, when I say things are taken out of context, it's because I know the context.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I've read the Bible, studied the Bible throughout. So if you're saying
not
there's
very
something
fucking
that's
well, then
completely
holy
outside
shit.
of something that I've ever studied, then yeah, I can say it's out of context, and I just have to pull up my study notes to show you exactly what the correct context is. So yeah.
Oh,
I
your
can
study
make
notes
that
from what
claim.
somebody else told you to believe that it means? Not
No.
the original
So just
translation
having
of the
common
Bible?
sense. And
See,
again,
this is why I
that's
love
why I
Dan
can,
McClellan so
that's-
much.
I do use
While this guy
I
is
do
pulling
use
up
the
his
first
study notes that
translation.
he should have memorized, like a good Christian. I'm going to
Yeah, you
mention one
memorize
thing that's
56
really
books
funny.
like a good Christian.
Shh. You should be studying, sir. I'm speaking while you figure it out, so I don't have to listen to silence or hear your brain smoking while you try to figure this out, okay? You let me know when you're ready. Appreciate you. What's really, really funny is all these Christians talk about freaking how abortion is the main topic, and they don't even realize that evangelical Christianity didn't even give a shit about freaking pro-life or pro-freaking choice policy whatsoever. Actually, in like the 60s and 70s, evangelicals, including the Southern Baptists, supported things like getting rid of the freaking Hyde Amendment. They wanted federal dollars to go to abortion, right? They actually supported abortion rights in multiple states. The Southern Baptist Church at their convention talked about how they supported it. And it wasn't until they needed something, right? After like the end of like Jim Crow, they needed something to radicalize a bunch of freaking white men, and then they changed it to then going after, after abortion rights, after, Roe v. Wade. That's what happened. Christianity didn't give a shit about this. This is a new thing for Christians, okay? But they need something to radicalize people on, and somehow they've made it to a point, okay, where literally they have made it their entire platform, right? When literally 50 years ago, they could not have given a shit. And it's just wild. Anyways, did you find your study notes yet?
So, yeah, that's what you just said is just false. So you're claiming that Christians only cared about
The
abortion
Bible verse, sir.
recently.
What is your study notes say about the Bible verse?
So they would pay a fine, is the answer to your question.
Gotcha. So the Bible differentiates between a life and a fetus, because a life for a life, if you were to kill the pregnant woman, that is a life for a life. But if the fetus dies due to it, is a monetary thing. So the Bible separates the difference between life and property.
So what I will say is that's cherry picking, because there's a lot of other Bible verses that make
No,
it very
it's
clear.
really not. So I'll
that-
read it to you.
Oh,
When
it is.
men
It is.
strive
So
against
does
each other
Jesus or
and
does
hit
he
a
not?
pregnant woman so that her
Jesus?
children come out, but there is no harm. The one who hit her shall surely be fined, as the woman's husband shall impose on him, and he shall pay as the judges determine. But if there is harm, then you shall pay for a life, eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, hand for a hand, foot for a foot, burn for burn, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. And it specifies that it's harm to the woman in the footnotes of the actual translation of the Bible. So it has to be harm to the woman herself. That Levitical law applies, where it's life for a life, arm for an arm, tooth for a tooth. So it most certainly does differentiate the idea of a fetus as being property from the idea of a fully formed woman as being life.
So what does Jeremiah say about the baby? Does it say
Hold on.
"Before I formed you in the belly, I knew thee"?
I have no problem talking about Jeremiah. You told us, okay, that the Exodus verse was taken out of context and so was therefore wrong. Okay, before you move on to your little cherry pick of a verse. Okay, how about you address the verse that we're talking about? Because it doesn't matter. Okay, if you find another verse that you find that proves your point, if we have a verse that already proves ours, because then at best, the Bible is neutral on the subject, right? At best. So therefore, if the Bible is neutral on the subject, then you can't make a claim towards Christianity being in support of one thing or the other.
So yeah, what I will say is the first point on it is, I guess, how deep do we want to get into this? So if you go back to the Greek, you can use the word yeladim. So the word used is children here, but there is not a special word used here referring to miscarriage, which would be shakal. The point in this text is that if the baby is born early and no harm follows to the mother or child, only a fine is owed. If the baby dies, a life for life applies. That would be my argument.
Yeah, whose translation says that if the baby's life is ended, because that's not the original Aramaic or the Hebrew translation of the Bible.
Say that again.
I'm done repeating myself with him.
She's asking you what translation says anything about the child dying, because there's nowhere in the Hebrew or the Aramaic translations that say that.
I use the King James version, and it's also
The King James version, the most well-known, inaccurate version of the Bible.
No, that's
you would know that if you're a
about that
Bible
sometime
scholar,
too.
like you said, you would know
I
that
would
the
know
King
that. I'm a
James.
youth pastor, not a Bible scholar. So
Earlier he said he
spent
was a
plenty
Bible
of time
scholar.
with my-
Now he's a youth pastor. Well, for your flock of children,
say I
okay,
was a
that you
Bible
lead,
scholar. Never
you
said
should
that.
know
Right.
that the King James version comes from later texts and is also widely considered to be one of the most inaccurate versions of the Bible. Okay, so you shouldn't be using it, and your children that you teach later will benefit from that. Okay.
Yeah, I disagree with you. My point
You don't
being,
have
you
to,
to-
sir.
you
I'm
can't
not
just take
asking for
one
your
verse.
agreement or your disagreement. I'm
I'm
informing
not
you.
asking for
You
yours
can.
either. So
I'm not
could care
agreeing
less
or
whether you think they
disagreeing
would
with anything
benefit
from
more
you,
a
sir.
different
So
Bible.
exactly, I am telling you. Remember all those Bible scholars that I was just talking about? Literally, all of them say that. There's not like a singular Bible
All
scholar
of
that
them,
says that yes, you cannot find me a singular reputable Bible scholar
What of
that says
that?
that the King James version is an accurate version. You can't find me a single
that's-
fucking one.
That is the most trust me, bro thing I've ever heard you say.
Then pull up one.
There's plenty of
Then
scholars that
find me
say
one.
that. I literally took an entire course on the doctrinal stability of the King James Version Bible. So you
Oh, wow.
can't sit here and tell me
It sounds like a
everybody
waste of
feels
money.
that
That
way.
Can
must
you
have
get a
been
refund?
that must have been at Trump University.
Can you get a refund? Is it too
Nope,
late for a
I
refund
don't
for
need a
that
refund.
I didn't
class?
know they taught Bible classes at Trump
My
University.
point
It must
being,
be out of
so
it must
you
be out
can't
of the
take
Trump.
one.
It
You
must
can't
be out of
take
the
one
Trump
verse by
Bible.
itself.
Sir, you're trying to take one verse by itself.
No, I'm not. You
Yes,
have
you
to
are.
take the Bible as a whole. Does the Bible as a whole teach this
The Bible
narrative
as a
that it's
whole teaches
okay
that slavery is okay.
to
The
have an
Bible as a
abortion?
whole teaches that told the Israelites to go kill all of the Amalekites, freaking men, women, children, pregnant women, all
Yep.
of them.
Yeah. So the
Did
issue
he
with
give him
your
400
argument, I'm
years to
gonna
repent?
pause
Did he
you
send
for
prophet after
a
prophet?
yeah, try. I'm gonna pause you for a second. So the issue with your original claim is that when you're going to look at the text of the Bible, you have a preconception that abortion is already equating to murder. So you are reading the Bible looking for the justification to prove your point, whereas I go
That's
into it
wrong.
agnostically,
That's what
having no belief either way, whether it is murder or not. And I've read my Bible because I read it when I was 10, front to cover, or front to end. Like
Yeah.
I read it when I was 10. Like I was very young when I started reading the Bible. And so with that, right, I'm not going into it with the preconceived notion and then looking for confirmation bias for a specific text within the Bible. The point is that there is nothing in there that explicitly states in any way, shape, or form that the unaliving or the ending of a pregnancy, abortion, the termination is in fact murder. The only thing that we have to point to that is literally this one verse, Exodus law in the Bible, that says that a fetus is considered as property because property you are paid back for. But if the woman's life is ended or harmed in any way, then Levitical law applies where it's eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth, life for a life. That's the only point that you have that you can point to. Everything else that you're going to quote, like Jeremiah, like you tried to bring up, is just you trying to reinforce your own ideology in saying that a fetus has life when fetus is not mentioned in the Bible outside of this passage ever.
Oh, does John the Baptist in Luke 1:41, does it say that John the Baptist leapt in the womb? Or is that just me making that up too?
That was him saying
So
his
does
own
that
experience,
does
you
that
silly little
insinuate that there's a
pie.
life in there?
The quickening,
I don't
what's the
think I'm
quickening?
reading
Did they teach you
preconceived
the
notions.
quickening?
I think that's exactly
What's the
what you're
quickening?
doing.
Did they teach you the quickening? What is the quickening?
What are you talking about?
You've never heard of the
Such a
quickening?
random question.
Oh no, this has
I'm
everything
sure
to
I
do with the
have. That's
question
just
that you just asked. What is the quickening?
You're gonna have to explain what you mean, and I can tell you if I know what you're talking about.
God, I guess we're sending him to Bible scholar school right now.
I also feel like we're sending him to a silly little form of medical school. It is like basic knowledge.
Does Jesus
Have you?
also, does Jesus or does he not say that if you offend one of these little ones, it would be better for a millstone to be hung around your neck? Does that sound like he cares
Doesn't
about
he
little
also say
children?
that it's
Son of a
harder for a
fetus,
rich
dummy.
man to get into heaven than it is, easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich man to get into heaven, and yet you still support one?
Did I ever say that I think Donald Trump is a saved man going to heaven?
No, you said you support him.
I said
Saying
I
that he
support him
espouses
over the other
Christian
options because
values. There
Yeah,
is
you
no.
said he
the
espouses Christian
policies that they
values.
push are
Literally,
more towards
literally, that
Christian
would be a
values
Christian
than
value.
not.
Is it not a Christian value to not commit adultery?
Absolutely, that's a
Oh yeah,
Christian
but Donald
value
Trump,
not to
he
commit
cheated on his first
adultery.
wife with his second wife with his third wife with a porn star, right? That he then paid
Yeah,
off.
so
Isn't it?
so what
Doesn't
you're
a
saying,
Christian Isn't a Christian value not to steal? Donald Trump stole
yes,
$400
it's a
million
Christian
from
value
a
not to
children's
steal.
cancer charity. All of a sudden,
Yep.
right? It matters about Christian values when it comes to this one thing.
Yep.
But you are willing to ignore the literal dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of Christian values that Donald Trump breaks literally daily. Let's not even
Then
get
can you
into
show me
it.
the candidate who's a perfect Christian, and I'll follow them?
No, but I can show you
Show
ones
me.
I can show you ones that are a lot better, and that's fucking all
I'm
of
sure
them.
you could. On the
That's
Democratic
literally
side, when you're
Republican,
pushing for something as
Democratic, you
evil as
fucking name it.
abortion, then no.
You fucking name it, and I will show you. Democrat, Republican, Green Party, Independent, you name it. They all have more Christian values than him. Every single one.
Were
All
they
of
on the
them.
ticket?
Okay? Every single one. No, they didn't have the ticket because you supported the one that was against that. Because people like you
Did I?
voted him
Do you
in
know
the
if I
primary.
voted
Yes.
for Trump in the?
It doesn't matter whether
Do
you
you
did
know
or
if I
not.
voted for?
That has nothing to do with what I'm saying, sir. But you taking ridiculous verses like Jeremiah, where it's literally Jeremiah saying, "Hi, I am Jeremiah, and I am saying that God knew me in the womb." It's
So what
just
about
ridiculous.
Psalm then? Psalm 139, 13 through 16.
What
I am
about it?
fearfully and wonderfully made.
You're fearfully and wonderfully made. Cool. You can be made all the
Again,
fuck
that's
you want.
David's experience.
Yeah,
That's David saying
Yeah.
his experience. That's
Yeah.
not God
But it's by
saying
the inspiration
David
of
felt
God
this.
himself
It's not.
to write
No,
that. It
that's
isn't just
David.
his
That's not. No,
commentary.
that's Sorry, that's not inspired by God. So is that
It is. The whole
inspired by
Bible
God
is.
for
I
him to
believe
write
the
this?
whole
God
Bible is inspired by
Except,
God.
right
Every
yeah,
this.
you
word.
believe the whole Bible except for the verses that you don't like the ones in Exodus, the ones in Numbers, the
Nope,
ones in
that's still inspired
Leviticus.
by God too.
Like
I
those, you
still
don't
think
like
you're taking it
those,
out of
right?
context.
No,
So,
that's literally
Because
gotcha.
there's
God's
a lot
law.
of
Gotcha.
That's
verses.
not sorry.
I can give you an
Exodus
example.
isn't
There's a lot of
inspired.
verses by
Sorry,
itself that can
Exodus
sound like
is not
something completely
inspired
different.
by God. Exodus is literally God's law. Dum dum.
I didn't say it wasn't inspired by God. I said it is inspired by God, including Exodus.
It's not
I said you
inspired by
can't cherry
God.
pick
It's
one
literally
verse.
God's law.
You can't cherry pick one verse. You can use a lot of
That's
verses out
what
of
you're
context.
fucking doing,
Jesus
ding
said,
dong. Sir, listen to me. Listen to
that's
me.
what you're
We
doing.
can
Jesus
use
said,
all.
I am a door. Do you think we think he's a door?
I don't know. You might think he's a door. I don't think he fucking
Okay,
exists.
well, there you go. You're
A door
taking
would
this
be,
verse out of
sir. A
context.
door would be a lot more useful.
You're using
More useful than this call.
context
That's
of,
for sure.
of the law to try to argue that
I
God is
actually
okay with
think
abortion.
so. I'm actually gonna say this, like, no, sir, because did I say that he's okay with abortion? I said he's neutral. He considers the fetus to be
You said the
property.
Bible is okay.
Up
You guys said
into,
the
up
Bible
into.
is
No, I
okay
did
with
not. I
abortion
just said
many
it
times.
didn't say it
Now
was
you're
murder.
switching up and saying the
I
Bible's
literally
neutral on it?
no. You're
Which
just
one is
not
it?
fucking listening. All I said was that the Bible is neutral on
It's not.
abortion. The fetus is considered property. God does not call it murder. Idiots like you in the place that you go to church at and that
Does
you
God
are
call it murder
poisoning
when
little
people are
kids
throwing
is
their
calling
babies
it
to Baal
murder.
into a fire? Does he call it murder then?
Yes, you should not murder babies. You should not murder babies. What is a baby? Baby is something that was just
Yeah.
recently born. You should not murder babies. That's called infanticide. Wow.
Okay, so there's multiple
And all
times in the Bible where the Bible makes it clear there was a life in the womb. Yes or no?
No,
And every
babies
time
are
I give you an
recently
example,
born.
you just said,
Babies
oh, no,
are
you're reading into
recently
that.
born, dum dum. Pookie Pie, shut up and listen for once in your life.
Sir, here's the sad part is that nobody on the left is even advocating for abortion. Okay? Nobody. Literally zero people. People on the left are advocating for women's.
Come on, man. You know
Shut
that's
the
not
fuck
true.
up. I'm talking. Literally, people on the left are advocating for women to be able to make the medical decisions with their doctors without the involvement, okay, of men, without the involvement of the government, and without the involvement of someone else's religion that they don't believe in, okay? Because what that would be, sir, is if we're saying that we supported abortion, that would mean that I would support that your mom aborted you. Okay, actually, bad example. Okay, that would be something I support. But what I'm saying, sir, is nobody is saying, hey, we need
You're
to
tough
have
guy.
more abortions. Okay? No one says that. No one would say that. All we're saying is that, sir, your religion, okay, is just fine for you. And if your religion tells you not to have an abortion, which it fucking doesn't, but even if it does, then we are 100. It does not. But even if it does, okay, I have zero problem with you not having an abortion. Honestly, couldn't give a shit. I wish you don't have any babies personally, just because, you know, genetics and stuff.
They're going to grow
But
up
regardless
to
of
love
any
God
of that,
and serve God with their lives. Can't wait.
sir, then do that. Okay? But what you don't get to do is tell other people that don't believe in your religion, that believe in things like
They're not murder
science,
babies.
right?
Got it.
Yes. Again, sir, she's already defined babies for you. If you can't be quiet, then I will make you quiet. Your last chance. Talk
Yeah.
again while I'm talking and I'm hanging up the fucking phone on you.
And also, murder is a legal term, so unless you can provide me the legal definition and tell me where the malicious afterthought is when it comes to abortion, I'll wait.
Also, murder would require you to be a person, and under the Constitution of the United States, you're not a person until you're born.
I bet he just,
it's
I
really
actually
funny how people keep telling us that this is a Christian nation, but yet the founding fathers, when they created the country, made it very specific that you weren't considered to have rights in this country until you were born. So either one, they weren't Christians, or B, they understood Christianity better than this guy. Which one do you think it is, sir?
Oh, and that's a good one.
I don't think you understand the things that they taught. So,
sir,
can
it's
I talk now, or
Benjamin,
can
I
reply to what you're
I
saying?
want to say something like it's really interesting. You can actually find this text online anywhere you want, but Benjamin Franklin actually had a recipe for how to perform an abortion. He published it in a fucking math book that he published. I'm sorry, my hands are cold. I can't help that one.
Does Jesus have a
But
recipe on how to do abortion?
Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers. I'm sure you've heard of him. The
Yeah.
inventor of
Yeah.
lightning.
What
Yeah,
about it?
yeah. I already said it.
For everybody else out here, and I'll throw
What's
this
that
in the
supposed to do
Discord
for me,
too,
though?
for everybody else who actually wants to learn, this is actually a really, really great article from the Gospel Coalition. And it actually specifically talks about how the views on abortion has actually changed throughout Christianity. And how, like, especially within like the Catholic Church and within Protestant churches, they were not actually traditionally against abortion. They were actually very pro-choice because they read their Bibles. And it wasn't until later, right, when they needed something to galvanize the evangelicals, when they made abortion a political thing, right? And then evangelicals actually went against it. So if you actually want to learn something about this, not listen to this guy. If you actually want to learn about something like that, this is a great article. And there's tons of other articles like this about that. It's really, really awesome. Yeah.
Can I take a second to respond? And I know
You
it's been
know,
heated,
you know
but
what
I
I
just
wish?
want to.
I bet his mom still cries to this day about how she had to throw out the placenta and not him. But you know, I'll actually do him a favor and maybe, I don't know.
So can I reply or?
Reply to what, sir? What in there is there a reply to?
Sure. Well, two things. First off, it's funny that we started this conversation with you talking about very clearly how Donald Trump asks or says things and about domestic terrorism and calls for the killing of the left, and then you sit here and laugh and joke
I
about
never
my
had
mom
that
aborting
conversation
me.
with you
That
at
sounds
all.
that I said the last person before me is you were talking about that exact thing. So it's funny how you could talk about that on one side and then turn around and say things equally as evil to somebody else because they don't agree with
What
your
It's
did I
just
say?
what
your
you
crap.
consider to be evil.
Yeah.
The difference is I
You
understand.
just said
No, I'll help you out with something.
you dense
We
moron, that you
understand.
think it would be okay
We
for my mom to
understand.
abort me.
No,
So
Well, no,
stupid.
That's
no,
just
sir.
your
That's
choice.
hold on.
So
That's not
hypocritical.
what I said at all, sir. You're too old to
That's what
abort
you're
because
that's
sir,
what the woman
sir,
on
sir,
this
you're
said.
too old to abort, okay? Because you're a baby. Okay, so you've already been born, so that would be murder. So you can't be aborted anymore. Just like all babies can't be aborted because they're born. Okay, so therefore that doesn't work that way. Okay, what I said is that your mom should have aborted you, but see back then you wouldn't have been a person, so therefore you do not experience pain. Therefore you don't experience consciousness.
What you're
So there,
insinuating is that I should not be alive. That's what you're insinuating.
Sir,
That is what you're
that's
insinuating.
your
You are
assumption.
evil.
No, sir.
You are a
I am,
scumbag.
sir. I was just wishing that.
Exactly.
Okay? I wasn't insinuating it. I was just wishing it. I'm sure your mom
Have
wishes
I
the
said
same
anything
thing,
like
okay?
that because I disagree with you?
Sir, no, what you have done is disenfranchise half of the fucking nation by not allowing them to get the fucking healthcare they need because you're trying to push your own fucking religion on everybody else's fucking
And what
plate
you have done
by
is
not
continue to
allowing,
lie
sir,
about what the Bible says, and then you think you're.
what you have done is disenfranchise fucking literally millions and millions of women by not allowing them to fucking get health care in the fucking United States because you are trying to push your fucking religious beliefs that you don't even fucking understand because you just got schooled on your own fucking religion, okay? You're trying to push that onto other people, okay? So if people like you weren't here, okay, then people like my daughter would be able to get better health care, okay? Then we wouldn't have had have people in the United States, right? Women dying on the fucking tables in emergency rooms, okay? Because of people like you. So yes, if people like you didn't exist, then a lot of much better fucking people would fucking be here. And then maybe your mom could have had a kid she loved.
Black women wouldn't be used as fucking test subjects, like Adriana Smith in Georgia being kept on life support after she died for 15 weeks just to give birth to a baby with a lot of health defects. The fetus, when it was a fetus inside of her, that was literally what caused her to die because it caused clots. The fetus was throwing clots, and that's what killed her.
I did tell him again if he talked again while I was talking. I was
You did.
hanging up the phone. Okay, I'm
You
very
did.
clear about that.
And
I
also,
actually
he
let that go way
thought
too
he
long.
thought I said that I wish that his mom had aborted him. Apparently, he doesn't. He can't also like figure out whose.
Technically, I didn't say that I wished his mom had aborted him. I said I bet his mom wishes that she had done that.
And I just said that I bet she was crying when she had to throw out the placenta instead of him.
I'm just saying. I didn't say it. I'm just saying
Yeah.
for his mom's sake. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say it. It was him.
You know, I just don't want her crying to sleep every single night. That's horrible. You know, please make sure you guys hit that follow button. button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like we've said before, we are raising money to try to get up to No Kings protest in New York. So if you'd like to help us support, and we're actually raising money for a domestic violence shelter. Also, we'll be doing that today and tomorrow. So if you guys would like to support, or you can support, or you want to help us out with supporting a good cause and supporting another good cause, we really, really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. We do have super chats open. We do have Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, both of them in the bios. Mine's at Polypolitics. She has her own also in her link tree and stuff like that. So if you'd like to support, we really, really appreciate that. Joey, thank you so much for the $5 for the New York Fund. We appreciate that. Taurus, thank you so much for the $100 super chats and happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy New York. Thank you so much, Taurus. Big W's in the chat for Taurus for helping support those causes today. We really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Your hands are freezing, by the way. Steven, thank you so much for the $6. Says fallacious arguments used to deceive. Fascism relies on emotion. There is no equivalence of argument. Hope this helps. Solidarity from Spain.
Thank you. Thank you, Stefan.
Do you know? And never mind. I can't even say what I was going to say.
Yeah, don't do that. I
was going to make a joke about speaking Spanish and being white. I'm sorry. Since he said he was from Spain. My bad. Anyways.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Rosa, for the 20 on the green on Cash App for the New York No Kings. Thank you.
And Jay, thank you so much for the $5. Says, wonder what y'all's political stance is and what you'd like to see for the future. I agree Trump sucks, but what's next as informed Americans? I guess we'll have to figure that out as we go, right?
Yeah, us going into our political stances would probably be a 30-minute monologue for each of us, and that
easy.
could just be done in a video. So maybe we should do a video on that. I don't know.
Yeah. Kilo, thank you so much for 2 Timothy 2:15. I actually did look that one up. That was about studying and reading and understanding your Bible. I actually read that one. So thank you so much, Kilo. Caller, I went to seminary school. Yeah, okay, more like cemetery school. He did say something about going to seminary or like being a Bible scholar and then backtracked on it someplace through there. That was
he definitely did.
Kilo, thank you so much for $5. Said caller 2 Thessalonians 2:8. Bible is the word, and caller is being cut by it. we gotta get Kilo up here for getting more Bible scholar stuff.
Kilo.
Stan, thank you so much for the $5. Said we need a night of Bible study. MAGA needs to be educated on their God. We should hold MAGA Bible study one night. And we'll do that on a Sunday live. We'll hold MAGA Bible study. We'll get Justin up here, help us out. We'll do MAGA Bible study. That'd be fun. And
Justin would love that. I think.
Yeah, he would. We'll get Justin up here. Justin's awesome. If you don't follow Justin, Deconstruction Zone, amazing actual Bible scholar who does awesome work. So absolutely great. And dude, thank you so much for $5. That Jesus is King and He loves you. Can we get a 666 and hail Satan in the chat? Hail Satan! Bring us your love from the underworld.
God bless and amen to anybody that believes. That's all I got for y'all. I will also
have the light on. I wish
we didn't. We could have made it red.
That's what I was gonna do. That's what I do with my lights when I do that. I make them red when I do that.
Are you pulling it up?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
That's why I thought of it, because I was like, I looked over and I was like, oh, it's not even on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know, guys. For the guy that was like, oh, the Google subscriber you've called is not available. Guys, we turned on. Y'all can't see it as well on TikTok or the portrait. I'm sorry. It's hard to see because natural lighting is shining in on me. That's why I'm glowing or something like that.
I've been sick all week, dude. I need a freaking.
You might need a nap soon. I don't know.
I
Guys,
need some coffee, I think.
real quick PSA. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that follow button, depending on which platform you're on. Super chats, memberships, super fans, gifts, all available across all the platforms. Direct donations. In words, I lost all of them. So.
Thank you. Words. Thank you. All right. Let's move on to the next caller. I really appreciate you guys. I love a good hail Satan every once in a while. You know, it's just good. It's hail Satan and hail Soros, you know. Hello, how are you?
How's it going?
Hail Satan, how are you today?
Doing all right.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes.
Awesome. How old are
Trump's
you?
my dog.
She's your dog?
It's my dog.
Rough.
Come here, puppy.
Here you go. Here you
Yes.
go. Here you go. You know, if Trump was a dog, like he'd be the one that shits in the house.
Well, he's being a bad dog right now. He's not my favorite dog right now, that's for sure. But still better than the other options. That's the sad part about it.
Who
you
can
know?
I vote in for president to take over the office of the president right now? Like,
Yeah.
can we hold a national vote today and vote him out? Is that possible?
That'd be great.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, he's gonna
No,
get
is that
voted
possible?
out.
Is that
Dude,
possible?
I don't know. It's not. I don't know if it's
It's
possible.
not
No.
possible. Got it. So there are no other
Right.
options right now. Okay.
Right. But hey, so if you guys are all about my body, my choice, why would you be okay with them forcing vaccines on people?
Hey, is pregnancy transferable?
I don't know. Is
Can
tetanus
I
transferable?
if I'm
Is
pregnant,
tetanus transferable?
if I'm pregnant, can I baby bump somebody and then all of a sudden the fetus is in their belly? Can I
No,
transfer
but
it between
so is
wombs?
tetanus transferable?
That one, I mean, honestly, I don't know.
What the fuck does tetanus
Well,
have to do with anything?
It's not. Well, it's
Can I ask you a question, sir?
vaccine,
Who
but
can
you guys
I
are
ask you a
okay with
question?
forcing on us.
Yeah, cool. Who was forced to get a vaccine?
COVID-19.
Yeah, who was forced to get a vaccine?
Well, on the child vaccine schedule, and then many people during COVID were forced to take a vaccine.
On the child vaccine schedule? So parents
Yeah.
are forced to give their kids vaccines.
Well, if they want to go to school, and then yeah, basically.
Oh no, that's
Yeah.
not being forced to give your kids vaccine. That's giving you a choice. You can either get your kids vaccine or you can homeschool them and then you don't have that problem. That's just a choice between things. That's not being forced. See, what forced would be, okay, is if they took your kids from you, held them down, kicked you out of the room, and then stuck them with a needle. But they don't do that. That's a choice, right? And that's for the safety of everyone else, right? So just like vaccines vaccines help to stop spread, to stop the spread of diseases, especially against people that don't have the ability to defend themselves, weakened immune systems, and all that sort of stuff. So the kids need to get vaccines, and so they don't infect others. Now, if you don't want to get your kids vaccines, you can do that. I'm not gonna say it's okay because it's really wrong, but you can still do that. You're not forced to do it, but there are consequences to your actions, right? Make sense? So that's not forced, right? And COVID, nobody was forced to get a vaccine for COVID, especially not by the federal government, right?
You could still be forced if they're offering you to quit your job and you can't feed your family, and then you got to change your whole life. That's basically forcing you.
So who did the federal government
You don't have to be so definitive. You don't have to make these little definitions and like that. That's still forcing somebody to take a vaccine if you're going to take their whole livelihood.
Yeah, sir. But sir, you're making the comparison between vaccines, okay, and abortion. You're saying my body, my choice, right? The difference between that is, okay, women who don't have access to abortion care, okay, don't have a choice. They are literally physically forced to do something against their will with their body, right? So if you're going to make the comparison, then it has to be something else in which they are physically forced and not given another choice with their body. If there is another choice, then you're no longer forced and it's a false equivalency, okay? So what you're saying is, oh, they had to take the vaccines or they wouldn't have been able to keep their jobs. That's not forced. That's a choice that they were given. Which again, let's be very clear, unless you were in the military or a hospital that used federal funding like Medicaid, you weren't actually in any way even given that, that conundrum by the federal government. Those were all private institutions that were requiring those vaccines. That wasn't a federal government thing. That was an employer requirement, and employers require all sorts of things, right? But nobody was forcing them to do that.
The government. It wasn't just an employee; they just decided on their own. It was coming from pressure from the government. What are you talking about?
Sorry, no.
What?
The
You think jobs
idea,
just
the
decided to do that on
the
their own?
sorry, you're wrong. Sorry, I'm gonna cut this off for a second. You are incorrect. When it was proposed by the federal government to force a mandate on all individuals, all employers to require that they either get the vaccination or do mandatory testing every 2 weeks, that was shot down by the United States Supreme Court. And almost every, like, because the employer that I worked for at the time was like, yeah, this isn't going to stand at the Supreme Court, so we don't give a fuck. And most companies were told, by their attorneys that this wasn't going to stand at the Supreme Court level. And so they didn't have to do any kind of private mandate that said, get the vaccine or test every 2 weeks or find another job. Right? Because there was really 3 options. I don't know if I'll be honest, I don't know of any employers that said that, hey, if you don't get tested every 2 weeks, you can't continue to work if you chose not to get the vaccine. Because as far as I knew, it was literally 3 options: get the vaccination, test every 2 weeks if you don't get the vaccination, or find another job. So that's 3 options. The government of the United States of America took that choice away from women entirely. 14 states have an almost complete ban when it comes to abortion. Of these 14 states, at least 6 don't even allow for any exceptions after the 6-week ban, except for life of the mother, which is so vaguely written in all of these states that women are dying in emergency rooms prior to being offered essential medical care so that they can continue to live, right? So please tell me how that this is the same. And by the way, I don't support mandatory vaccinations. However, at the same time, pregnancies are non-transferable, as my friend Jeff is rolling in the chat about talking about what if pregnancies were, and those have been hilarious to read. It's not a communicable disease.
Right. Well, you know what? You can. That's true. That is true. You can argue about the forcing and all that, but I guess I could still argue that abortions aren't
You weren't
necessarily
forced.
a medical decision. They would be more of a financial or
They
life
are.
decision than
Can you
just
tell
more of a
me? Can you
medical
tell me how many
decision.
pregnancies are never
Not really
a
that
threat to the
medical
life of the
about it.
mother? Can you tell me how many pregnancies are never a threat to the life of the mother?
I don't know. No, I can't tell you.
Yeah, 0. Pregnancy is literally always a threat to the life of the mother because something can always go wrong.
Right, but how many pregnancies do go wrong?
How many pregnancies do go wrong? A
Yeah, how
large
many
percentage,
pregnancies
sir.
end in the women being affected?
Let's see. And in specifically the woman being infected. Sorry, you would have to go through the medical history of every single woman that has ever had a pregnancy and that has also carried it to term. Because I personally, and I don't
That's
like
fine.
anecdotes, but I know plenty of women that have had long-term side effects after giving birth to their child. That continue with them now today,
Yeah, of course,
decades
that happens.
after having a child, because it changed their body in a negative way and impacted their health negatively medically. So, sir,
Well,
again, it's not pregnancy is
okay.
not safe for the women. That's why I don't know if you realize this, but the majority of embryos after they are fertilized, they never implant.
Okay.
The vast
Well,
majority of them never implant.
you guys are right.
Within the first
You guys
12
are right.
weeks of pregnancy, 30 to 50% of those that have implanted end in a miscarriage within the first 12 weeks.
Okay, I mean, you guys are right, but the thing is, you still do shame
There
us
is no
for
but. You've already
not.
invalidated everything that you just said by saying but. So,
Okay, well, you guys still shame us over deciding what vaccines we want or not. You
no,
shame us
I'm not.
in
I literally just told you I'm not in
all
favor of mandatory vaccinations, so
right.
you are incorrect.
So
I like how you're
here
putting
you
words
guys,
in my mouth. I didn't say that.
I'm not.
Perhaps you
I'm
need to
not putting
take.
your words in your mouth. Isn't that the left? Isn't
I'm
that the left what they do?
I'm
You
so
are the
sorry.
left.
What political
You
affiliation
got
have I espoused to say that I am?
you guys espouse all left-leaning points. What do you mean? What do you espouse? You are a biased
Left-leaning
left-leaning
points,
people.
correct? Because I'm a
Yes.
progressive. Do you know what progressive is?
I mean, I guess you're a
What is
left-leaning progressive,
progression?
whatever you want to say.
What is progression?
I mean, I don't really. Progressive is they're trying to do new stuff. I don't know what progressive is.
Just moving forward.
Yeah, so let me give you an example, right? Like,
Right.
well, Dr. Oz is going on this huge cleanup, tour right now, right? Trying to go back against RFK, saying that people shouldn't get the measles vaccines because now we're getting, thousands of measles cases in the United States when it was pretty much eradicated, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree that we should now hold down all those people and freaking stab them with measles vaccines. Okay. I think that would go against people's human rights and against their rights to the autonomy of their body, right? However, at that same point, I also don't think it's right that freaking we have the CDC director going and saying things that are just completely against science, right? Completely against all the data and all the science that we know says the measles vaccine works. It's freaking almost eradicated the entire disease from our country, and that people are now healthier because of it. That's what all the science and all the data says. So I don't think that it's right that freaking we're giving recommendations to people that aren't correct, that aren't medically sound, right? But again, I'm with Ari. I don't think that we should now take them and be like, we're forcing you to have this vaccine, right? Like it's just kind of sad that you have a bunch of parents that are listening to RFK and now their children who make no decision are suffering, right, with this disease when it could easily be just they should just be not.
Right, but I mean,
When we had
measles is
eradicated
asymptomatic
we had actually had
70%
it
of the
eradicated for
time.
80 years, and then all of a sudden it comes back because RFK is the head of the HHS. Yeah.
Well, you guys can talk about measles, which is only 70% of the time. And you can't eradicate it if it comes back around, but nonetheless, if it's asymptomatic 70% of the time, and then only a death rate of 1 in 1,000 people, I don't know if shooting people up with injections is the move, but nonetheless, like you guys said, you don't force it on people, so
Yeah, that's why we've actually had
argue
more
that.
people die in the year 2025 of measles than we have in over 100 years. That makes sense.
Well, yeah, if they're not taking the vaccine, then yeah, they're gonna get some measles. But like I said, you're
But
gonna
the
have
death rate is
also
so low,
you're gonna have
so it
people
doesn't make
die and get
sense.
affected
It
from the
doesn't make
measles
sense.
vaccine
Out of
also.
380 something
There's
cases,
VARs,
the
there's
majority of
VARs
them died,
reports
but I
on the
guess the
measles
death rate's so
vaccine
low, right?
also. So you don't seem to care about anybody who reports on VARs on their measles
Oh my God, dude, you're
vaccines
stuck
and how
on
they got
this?
affected.
Okay, I'm gonna help you out with this real quick, because you're like hyper focusing on something. We are not for mandatory vaccinations.
Cool,
Can you
that's fine.
repeat
We
that
can move
back to
on.
me? Oh, you should have moved on like 5 minutes ago
Okay, we
after I
can
said
move
that.
on. I would like to know.
Yeah, now he wants to move on.
Hold on, before you
I would
move
like to
on,
know.
just real quick, I
Yeah,
wanted to
no
add another
problem.
piece. Sorry, I'm trying to make a cup of coffee because I'm exhausted. Let's also be very clear. You're talking
Sure.
about the death rate of measles. You're not talking about the severe long-term complications that come from measles also, okay? Permanent
70% of people are
neurological damage,
asymptomatic.
chronic lung disease, hearing loss, among just a few. Right? There are so many things, all right, that affect your immune system and everything else, even on cases that are not symptomatic. Right? Even on cases that you get that are not symptomatic, you can have incredible long-term health risks from it, right? So these kids that are getting it, and even other kids that are getting it around them that they don't even know about, may live like the rest of their fucking lives in horrible freaking medical, with medical problems due to the lack of the vaccine, which has the measles vaccine has insanely minimal side effects, like insanely minimal. Like I think there's more like detrimental side effects to taking Tylenol. Well, maybe Tylenol is a bad example. Ibuprofen. Okay, don't want to get the tism, but taking ibuprofen, okay, than anything else, right? Like, which is crazy. Anyways, sorry, I gotta go finish making my coffee.
All right. Oh, and then so the thing is, like, all right. So then you see that post online recently where you're like, oh, people will care about ICE agents shooting Americans, but not caring about immigrants killing Americans, and you look at the numbers and all that stuff. And I just wonder, like, what's your stance on the immigration policy? What do you think it should be? Is it everyone should be allowed here no matter what? Like, what do you think immigration policy should look like if we can't deport people?
No, sir. No one is against it. Well, I can't say no one, but the vast majority of people are not saying that deportation should not be occurring, right? Just they should not be occurring in the way that this administration is carrying them out. As far as it comes to immigration, I believe that our immigration process should be easier and it should be more streamlined, and you shouldn't have as long of a wait.
Yeah, but how many people should we immigrate? What do you think? Like, should we have a set number a year? Should everybody allowed? Only people fleeing from prosecution? What do you think? Anybody should be able to come here? What do you think?
I think all
A
of those
million
things
people a year, no
are
people a
good
year?
starts.
I mean, don't we have those laws already?
Not really, no. Well, I mean, we had asylum. Donald Trump has almost completely shut down asylum entry in the United States. So people that are pursuing persecution can't really get in. The people that can get in under other certain visa programs, stuff like that, have been severely limited and backed up by our court system. So it's almost impossible, especially unless you have like a lot of money, right, in order to hire immigration lawyers and all sorts of stuff, which really just means we're inviting only rich people in and no poor people, right?
I mean, we've made that obvious that we only want rich people with his gold card and
I mean,
shit.
Yeah. I mean, like
look,
even people
no
that
offense,
like
but that
that
makes sense a little bit. But
even
okay,
it makes sense to just bring rich people in. Sir, do you know what that
it
would
makes
do to
more
our
sense to
if we
bring more
just brought in
prominent
rich people?
people in than it would to bring poor people in. Just
If we bring
saying.
more prominent people in, you know what that does to the American middle class and lower class? Because it makes it worse.
The Gini coefficient that we already have, which is already
I don't
high,
know what
would
to tell you that
increase
is.
even further.
Yeah, if we bring more rich people in, okay, that's at the detriment of more middle class and poor people, right? So I don't know why you would say that that's a good thing, right? I think that people have this like weird confusion, right? They confuse rich with smart, right? There's a
Right.
big fucking difference between rich and smart, okay? There's a ton of rich fucking morons, okay? Like, right? And there's a lot of really poor, really smart people.
Okay,
Okay.
but you
So
guys, I'm sorry.
so what you're saying is by bringing in rich people, like you're not helping America, right? You're not helping anything because if it was for business purposes, they could get in anyway. Right? If it was for running their business or to import stuff or to make the American consumer better, if it was for any of those things, they could come in anyway. So this isn't necessary, right? What we need is people in here to work. Like people can consistently talk about, oh, we need to bring manufacturing back to the United States. Oh, but we're going to we're going to deport all the people that would work in those factories, right? We need to, boost up our agriculture.
Americans
Okay,
could work
but
in
we're
those
going to get
factories.
rid of all the people that would do that because people in the United States don't espouse to be, factory workers. They don't grow up in middle school and high school. Like, what do you want to be when you grow up? I want to work in a factory. I want to work in a field, right? It doesn't work
Well,
that
they're
way
going to be
anymore.
jobless then.
Huh?
They're going to be jobless.
How
then.
would they be
They
jobless,
have
sir?
to
In
make a choice.
2024, we had an
If someone
unemployment
takes
rate.
that job, then it's one less job for an American.
What'd you say?
If someone takes their job, it's one less job for an American.
No, if someone goes and works in a field that no American was going to work in anyway, it boosts the American economy. If they leave, American
Right,
doesn't
that's
take
fine.
that, sir. American doesn't take that job. The job just goes unfilled, right? And then when more and more of those jobs go unfilled, then what does that company do?
Okay.
They take their product and they go have it made someplace else.
That is not the issue that's not the issue with what happened with immigration. The issue is you can solve that. You have whatever job grants, whatever the word, visas, and you can fill those positions, and you can also regulate immigration. But the thing is, if you're going to let in mass immigration, first of all, there's no easy way to deport people. It's an ugly process. So by you guys bringing on camera, they can be done a different way. These people came here from different countries. They're gonna freaking do whatever they can to not be deported.
Sorry,
okay?
that's
And
just completely
administration
inaccurate,
gave
sir.
them a free chance to deport by giving them money.
Sir,
and offering them
Biden deported
plane
more
tickets.
people in 2024 than Trump did in 2025, and did it without the cruelty and the inhumanity.
How do you
Obama
know? It wasn't televised like this. How do you know?
Sir. Obama deported
wasn't
more people than
televised.
Donald Trump and Joe Biden combined, and
I
did it
know
with
that fact,
way
but
less
it
of the
wasn't
cruelty.
televised like this.
Okay.
It wasn't televised. People weren't
It
fucking.
doesn't matter whether it's
up in arms.
televised, sir. You're saying
Yes, it
there's
does,
no way to
dude, 'cause
deport people without cruelty. And I'm saying not only is that not true, we have
How
proof
do
of
you
it.
know that, dude? You don't know that. 'Cause
Wait,
you
dude,
gotta-
we can
I
talk about it
know
with
people-
Trump's
I know
first
how
term.
people have gotten deported,
Donald
dude.
Trump's
It's never
first
pretty.
term. Sir, Donald Trump's
There's no
first
pretty
term, he did it without the
deportation,
cruelty.
dude.
Dude,
There is
Donald
no
Trump's
pretty
first term.
deportation.
Sir, Donald Trump did it in his first term without all the cruelty.
Why
Even
would we
Donald
not
Trump
I
did
mean,
it.
he did some bad shit in his first term, but he did it. It wasn't at this level where we're having all of these mass reports
Well, you have to do
of.
bad shit.
Sorry,
There's no pretty way
sorry,
to do it.
sorry. Let me ask. Let me try it this way.
Yes.
Can you tell me which previous administration experienced American citizens dying at the hands of Border Patrol agents or ICE agents?
Oh yeah, an American citizen that freaking went out of their way to freaking mess around with ICE.
Oh, I'm sorry.
know
What
what
did
I-
Keith Porter Jr. do?
I don't know who that is.
Of course you don't. Keith Porter Jr. was a man that was celebrating New Year's Eve in his backyard. There was a call of shots fired in his area, and an off duty ICE agent decided to take it upon him while listening into the radio to respond to something that was way outside of his jurisdiction, mind you, and
Right.
shot Keith Porter in the back as he was walking back to his back door to go inside.
Okay, name another one. Since we're
Renee
killing all these
Nicole
Americans,
Good.
go ahead.
Renee Nicole Good. Marimira Martinez. She is alive, but she was shot 5 times and has permanent injuries, neurological injuries at the hands of officer, I don't even remember his name, out of Chicago, Illinois, who is a born.
Ross?
Wait,
No, that was Renee Nicole Good. Marimira
The
Martinez.
girl that drove her car?
Which one? Renee Nicole Good? I'm talking about Marimira Martinez of Chicago. This was October.
Okay, well, Renee Colgood is the girl with the car, right?
I know, you only know her. Marimira Martinez,
Yeah,
Chicago.
that was the only one that you were instructed on by your media, sir. There's tons more.
Them killing Americans, it's not tons more of them killing American citizens, but okay.
Oh no,
Yeah,
when they're not killing
there's
American
3.
citizens, they're killing legal migrants and undocumented migrants. They're killing all sorts of people, sir.
Well, you know,
And shooting
things happen
unarmed
when you're doing that stuff.
individuals as well. Like Marimir Martinez is a born and raised Chicago, Illinois, United States citizen who was shot while driving her car 5 times. The officer, after he shot her, bragged about the 5 shots, saying that 5 shots, 7 holes, after sharing the article, right? Because the text messages were leaked. The prosecution, right? The prosecution, because they brought up charges against Marimir Martinez saying that she tried to kill the officers, right? The prosecution asked the judge to dismiss the case against Marimir Martinez because the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security lied about the situation.
Yeah, they also called her a domestic terrorist, sir. But see, here's the thing: like, you don't care about any of this, right? Like, and that's the sad part, right? You think for some reason that it is justified that murders of people, whether they're undocumented, whether they're documented, whether they're American citizens, is justified so you can get brown people out of the country, right? And you're okay with putting that in your head and being like, oh, well, the ends justify the means. That's pretty much what he's been telling us the entire time, is that, oh, there's no way to deport people without all of these things. You're literally just saying that the ends justify the means, sir. And that's where it's really sad, okay? That's what's really sad. Because I want you to remember too, and I think that for some reason, I don't know, people have a hard time, like, well, not people, MAGA, people like you, sir, have a hard time remembering that even undocumented immigrants are human beings. They're people, okay? And they should be treated that way. They still have rights under the Constitution. They still have rights under our laws. They still have rights if you're a Christian under God, right? They have rights under all of these things, right? But for some reason, you think that a literal misdemeanor in some cases, and most times it's not even a misdemeanor, it's not even a criminal offense whatsoever because they overstayed a visa, right? You think that that justifies cruelty. You think that justifies inhumanity. You think that justifies a suspension of rights and laws, right? And sometimes that justifies taking a life, right? And it doesn't. It doesn't.
Let's compare something here. So how about, let's compare, what do you think is worse for our country? ICE killing some American citizens and all this stuff, or
that one.
allowing mass immigration into our country?
Whatever comes after the government shooting American citizens, the first one is worse.
Literally.
Like literally, you didn't even have to. You didn't even have to. You didn't even have to continue the sentence. You literally could have started with the government shooting, ICE shooting American citizens. I don't even need to know what the next one is. Are you kidding me?
Not shooting American citizens because they're not trying to kill American citizens. But I'm asking you, is that like the result of that, is that worse than mass immigration?
Sir, you keep saying mass immigration, okay? First of all,
yes,
I don't think you,
under
sir,
Biden, mass
sir, shh. First of all, I don't think you
immigration under Biden.
Sir, I'm trying to treat you like an adult. You should try acting like one. First of all, I don't think you know what mass immigration is, okay? I don't think you have a fucking clue, okay? Second of all, I guarantee you couldn't tell me why it's bad, right? Even if it was happening, which it fucking wasn't, okay? Which it wasn't. All right. But even if it was, you couldn't even tell me why it was fucking bad. Sir, how many undocumented immigrants do you think came in the country? Sir, how many undocumented immigrants do you think came in the country under the Biden administration?
Millions under Biden.
There was millions under Trump's first term. Okay. How many millions?
Also, like how many millions? It goes from 1 to 999.
Trump was resistant to just build a border wall, dude. You guys
Sorry,
will
no.
fight
How
back
many
over building a
millions? Can you
wall,
provide a
dude.
number in front of the word
I
millions?
don't know.
Because millions is
Enough, because I
vague.
see it. I've
Then
seen it
take an
around where I
estimation.
live.
Take an estimation. Come on now. Because
I don't
millions can
know.
be
At least
anywhere
like
between
what,
1 to
15, 20 million
999
people?
million.
15, 20 million people at least.
Sir, there's not even 15, 20 million undocumented immigrants that have come in this country in the last 50 years.
What are you talking about, dude?
That's exactly what I'm talking about, sir. There are between 12 and 14 undocumented immigrants in this country total that have come in since since like 1970. Total. The whole number since 1970 is between 12 and 14 million. And you're trying to tell me that 15 to 20 million came in under the Biden administration. Do you know how insane that fucking sounds, dude?
The U.S. border reached record highs during the Biden administration, with over 10 million recorded nationwide fiscal year 2021 and 2024.
10 million nationwide what?
You skipped a word.
You skipped a word in there.
Did
Go back, sir.
What
you
word
skipped
did
a word.
You skipped
10
a
million
word.
what?
Migrant encounters.
Encounters. I'm so glad he brought this up.
Encounters, sir. Do you know what an encounter is?
I guarantee he doesn't. The Department of Homeland Security actually defines encounters.
Do you know Biden's policies?
No.
What is an encounter?
It's people crossing the border and coming into our country.
No. It's actually inadmissibles. People that were found and caught by Customs and Border Patrol at the southwest and the northern border that were not allowed into the country. Department of Homeland Security has a very specific definition of encounters. You should look it up because that's not what it is. It's just saying that they reached a large number of people that attempted to illegally enter the country and were found, caught, and said goodbye, and then repatriated back to their country.
Dude, that is so untrue because Biden's thing was stay in America.
Oh,
Trump
yeah,
had a policy.
yeah.
Come on.
Didn't
What's,
Biden? Have you read the Department of Homeland Security definition of encounter?
Have the catch and release policy?
Have you read the Department of Homeland Security definition of encounter?
Did Biden have a catch and
Have
release
you read the
policy?
Department of Homeland Security definition of encounters?
No, I don't read the Department of Homeland Security. So did Biden have a catch and release policy, right?
So did Trump. It didn't end until
he didn't. Trump sent them back to Mexico, correct?
No, that was asylum seekers. That
was
something
remain
entirely
in Mexico.
Yeah.
That wasn't people that ever encountered at the border, and that was only legal migrants.
And that's not what catch and release is. That's not what even catch and release is.
Patrol, Trump sent them back to Mexico.
No,
Biden
sir. Sir. First of all, that wasn't a law. Okay, that was an executive order. Second of all, that was the remain in Mexico policy, which means when asylum seekers freaking came to the border, asylum seekers, so people that were coming here legally, all right, they had to remain in Mexico while their legal status was processed. Okay, it had nothing to do with undocumented immigrants. Okay, but right here, we'll put it on the screen from the current DHS.gov. Okay. And we'll throw it up on the screen. Encounters the sum of U.S. Border Patrol Title 8 apprehensions, Office of Field Operations Title 8 inadmissibles, and aliens processed for expulsion under Title 42 authority by USBP or OFO. Yes, U.S. Border Protection or Office of Field Operations.
You guys do mental gymnastics.
It's almost like I was right.
I just told you. There was 8.7 people. 8.7 million people came to our border during 4 years.
So let me get this straight. Hold on.
Got released into our country.
Hold on. Just to be clear, sir. You just read about how there's 10 million border encounters from DHS. We pulled the definition of what an encounter was from DHS. You are saying that we're wrong and we're the ones doing mental gymnastics here? Is that what you're saying right now?
An encounter is people coming into our border. That's how they are encountering these people.
Okay. So I wonder, who do you think is right? Hey, Pookie, who do you think is right when it comes to the definition of encounter? You or the Department of Homeland Security?
Where are they encountering these people?
No. I need you to answer this question. This is a binary question. So you have one of two answers. It's you or DHS is one of the acceptable answers. Who do you think is correct when it comes to the definition of encounters? You
No
or
one's
the
correct.
Department
This
of
is a
Homeland
definition.
Security?
A definition's a definition.
Gotcha. So when you read encounters, those were not people that came into the United States and stayed here. Okay? There are people that was stopped by Border Patrol, people that were inadmissible to the United States. Okay? What you're really saying is, oh my God, the border under Biden was so fucking secure that they stopped and apprehended 10 million people that weren't supposed to be here. That's literally what you're saying.
So what are you guys saying? They sent them back to their country? Or they
Yes,
let them
we
stay here
had
and do their
freaking
court
huge
cases?
numbers of deportations. What are you talking about, dude?
Yes, dude.
Right,
It
but
literally,
they
I'm
had
gonna
to do
I'm gonna read this to you again. The sum of U.S. Border Patrol Title 8 apprehensions, OFOs, Title 8 inadmissibles, and aliens processed for expulsions under Title 42 authority by U.S. BP or OFO. Yes, literally, the definition of encounter says that if it's marked as an encounter, these are people that were not allowed into the United States of America. So we had, really the number was 8.4 million encounters over 4 fiscal years were not allowed into the United States of America.
That's interesting. So why did Biden remove the stay in Mexico policy?
Because
It sounds like a really good policy.
Because the
actually.
Supreme
Why would he
Court
remove
told him
that?
that he totally could because it was inhumane.
Why would he do that?
Because it was
What?
inhumane.
The Supreme Court of the United States of America said that he could remove it because, I don't know if you're aware of this, but it only affected legal immigrants who were trying to claim asylum that were not from
You're not
Mexico. I'm not
a
done.
legal immigrant?
Sir, I'm literally explaining this to you. Okay? Thank you. So stay in Mexico only affected about 65,000 legal immigrants that were not from Mexico that came to the southwest border trying to claim asylum, which is a legal process of immigration according to our Title 8 laws, right?
Right.
And they were forced to stay in Mexico, a place where they are not from, they do not live, they do not have housing, they do not have work in. And out of those individuals, about 30,000 of them faced horrible human rights violations against them, perpetrated against them by people in Mexico. Women and children were subject to rape. Women and children were sex trafficked. Men were murdered. Women and children were murdered.
Okay.
And it was the Mexico government has said, and even now today, they are not allowing any asylum seekers to stay within Mexico because of the human rights violations that they saw occur to these individuals.
Right. So
Right.
then why are you guys okay with having a bunch of immigrants coming here and going through all those heinous problems?
No, sir, you're the one that's okay with that happening to them when you're supporting the stay remain in
You
Mexico
brought
policy of Donald Trump.
Busloads of people to the border. Okay, and then you guys saying that shit. That's crazy.
Oh, you mean people that paid for a bus ride so they didn't have to continue to walk by
the
foot?
horrors!
Paid who
Oh
to
my
put
gosh.
The horrors!
How dare they have
God,
money to
migrants
pay for
were taking buses. I cannot
A
believe
bus.
it. They
How
should be
dare they?
forced to walk to that border. And if they
Fucking
have to
for
take
real.
a bus there,
Yes.
God
oh
damn
my
it.
God.
It's the end of the
Fucking
world.
Biden, bro.
They did it,
Biden.
yeah.
I can't believe that Biden went
Wow.
down to Mexico and bought them bus tickets.
They bought them
to
buses.
get to the fucking border.
Yep.
Oh, the horrors.
The horrors of that one. Yeah, that's
Yes,
so
why is that-
horrible
why is
that they
why
had
is that
money
not
to pay
happening
for
right
a
now?
bus
Yeah,
in
yeah,
order
yeah,
to
yeah.
come to the United States southern border, claim
busloads
parolee,
of immigrants
refugee,
coming to
or
the border
asylee
is a bad
status
thing.
as they came in, or maybe they
Yes.
had a work visa. Who the fuck knows why
Busloads
they
of
got on a
I
bus?
bet you
is a
Biden even
bad
let them
thing.
have shoes.
Oh,
when
they
they
had
walk, the
shoes?
people that walked up
That's
here,
not
I
very
bet you that
Christ-like.
Biden let them have shoes.
Goddamn
Oh my God,
shoes.
dude, shoe loads of people
Not those
were
zapatos.
coming to the border.
Were they red?
Zapato loads
I
of
don't know what
people.
country would be okay with busloads of people trying to come into their border. I'm not sure what
Oh my
country
God.
you guys
Sir,
think exists
sir,
that's
sir,
okay
sir,
with
sir,
busloads
sir,
of
sir. I need
people
you,
at their
sir,
border.
sir. Listen,
Name
listen.
one country. Name one country that's okay
Sir,
with that.
it's not our country. No country is okay with that because not even our country was okay with that. That's why we had a record number of people being stopped
okay with
by
it.
the board. Listen, sir,
okay with it.
I understand that instead of drinking the Kool-Aid, you decided to inject it straight into the main line, okay? I got it. I need you to listen to me, okay? Did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show?
Yeah.
Did you watch the Bad Bunny one?
Yeah, man.
Do you
I'm
know?
not anti-immigration.
Do
I'm
you know what? Do you know what
anti-mass
Fox News called that?
I don't know if
When they were
I
at
don't
the
listen
end,
to that bullshit.
yeah, with all the people carrying the flags. You know what Fox News called that?
I don't know what
They
Fox
called
News
it a
called that,
caravan of freaking Latinos. That is literally what they called it. The exact same terminology that they use for people rushing their border was the exact same terminology that they use of Bad Bunny singing with a couple dozen of his own friends. Okay, this literal,
we all know mainstream media is bullshit. So why are you
please
quoting
be
mainstream
quiet and let
media?
me finish a
Who
statement.
gives a fuck about mainstream
Would you mind if
media?
I spoke on my live? Would you mind?
Nah, well, nobody cares about mainstream media. You don't have to
Okay,
quote
nobody
Fox
cares
News.
about what you have to say in the middle of my sentence. Be quiet.
Fox News? The fuck? Fuck Fox News.
Shh.
Fox News.
Shh. You done? Because when I
guess
start
so,
talking,
dude.
I don't want to hear your fucking voice again.
I just don't know how busloads of immigrants is a good thing, but
I don't
you
know. I
got
guess
it.
we would figure it out once I'm able to respond to it, huh?
I don't know where the buses went, dude.
Sir, I do. Can you let me respond now?
Sure.
Okay, be quiet. Okay, this entire rhetoric behind it's a busload of people. It's so sir. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of people. There was literally under the first Trump administration, they were averaging like 50,000 encounters a month. Okay, 50, 60,000. Those are still more than a busload. How many, sir? I swear on everything that I have. I swear on everything that I have, sir. I swear on everything that I have. If you talk again in the middle of my sentence,
no shit in the beginning of it.
Okay, I'll just mute him. I actually forgot I could do that. I'm just going to talk without him being there since he won't let me speak. Sir, how many buses fit into 50,000 encounters? Okay, but no one sits there and goes, oh, Donald Trump had busloads of people coming over. It is literally just rhetoric, okay, that is spun by the right-wing media to fearmonger you and scare you, okay? A bus isn't even that many people, dude. It's like 30 people. Okay, if we only had busloads, if we only had busloads coming, we'd be doing pretty fucking good. Okay, this whole busloads of people thing is a joke. Okay, stop, dude. This is sad. Okay, yes, there was an immigration problem that happened under the Biden administration. Nobody denies that, but it's a lot better to talk about that if we can talk about that from a place of facts. Right? If we can talk about that from a place of like accuracy, right? And to see actually what the problems are and to see what Donald Trump is doing. Because this whole idea that Biden just opened the borders and let everybody and their mom in and now Trump has it secure, that is a lie on both sides. Okay? It's a lie on the Biden side. It's a lie on the Trump side. But we can never actually get to a point where we're actually fixing any of these situations because people like you were up here going, they were bringing busloads and there was 20 million migrants that came in. Like, dude, just stop. Your little fear-mongering freaking hate rhetoric when it comes to this shit, it literally is just xenophobia with like extra steps. That's all it is, dude.
I guess we shouldn't use buses as a method of travel anymore, guys, because
Well,
bus is
when you say you have
bad.
a catch
Bus
and
is
re- when you say
bad,
you have a
especially
catch
if
and
they have
release
Latino
policy-
individuals.
Dude, how many
When you
literally
say
how
you
many
have a
people
catch
fit
and
on a
release
bus? Like
policy,
literally.
Like 30 to 50 at most.
Like 50 people, dude.
Yeah.
Like 50 is like not even that fucking serious, dude.
Yeah, it's not. 50 people, like, oh my God, busloads of people.
We were having like 10,000 encounters a day, and we're worried about fucking like a bus.
A bus of 50.
Like who the fuck cares?
At most. We'll just say 50 just to like satisfy his, I don't know what's going on here. But guys, I just want to let you know, utilizing buses as a method of travel is not acceptable anymore, especially if your skin is not white.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Someone
Yeah,
corrected me and said you can fit 70. I guess it depends on the bus.
75. Okay. Yeah, I
I
mean,
mean-
there are some big ones, I guess. Maybe double deckers.
Hey, sir, how many people fit on a short bus?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Figured you'd have been the pro there.
I know, but when you have a catch and release policy, that's when you have
So
both
that's-
buses loads of people at the border.
No, catch
you
and
know? Isn't that a
release,
weird-
catch
isn't-
and release,
isn't that a
catch and
weird thing?
release, catch and release applies to people that have legal claims to be here.
What legal
And I'm
claims?
not, sir,
Don't
and
they
I'm not
all-
saying, sir,
Wait,
listen.
I know you don't know any. You don't know any one of the 436 laws that cover immigration. I know you don't know any
Legal
single
claims?
one
What
of
are you talking
them.
about? You think someone's gonna come to the border and say, "I just came here for fun"?
They
you don't
don't
think they're all
just.
gonna
They
say
don't
they're asylum
do
seekers?
that, sir. Are
You don't think all
okay?
immigrants are gonna say they're asylum seekers? You don't think they got pre-coordinated rehearsals of what to say to border patrol?
Pre-coordinated Damn, is this like
Yes,
a
you don't
cabal?
think they get- yes, you
Apparently,
don't think
and
they
that's
get-
pretty
yes,
crazy
you don't-
considering only 40% of the people that that actually sought asylum at the southern border were even given a court date.
39, but close. Sorry, guys.
This is what it's like to live with her, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know. This is what it's like to live with her.
I can't help it. I'm so sorry.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, sir. If everybody had a pre-coordinated rehearsal, they did a really bad job because less than 50% of them actually got into the country with that pre-recorded rehearsal. Do you know why that is, sir? Because you actually have to be able to show evidence, okay, to a border patrol agent in order to be let in under asylum, right? And so just saying that you're there to seek asylum is not enough to grant you asylum.
Right, I know that. That's why you should probably not let them into our country until the paperwork's done with, huh?
They weren't just let into the country. 60% of them were immediately deported.
61.
Okay.
I can't help it. I
And-
can't help it. I'm so sorry. And sir, again, like you've never read 8 U.S. Code 1158. That is obvious. The first step to claiming asylum is you have to be on American soil. You have to be on American soil to claim asylum with the United States of America, point blank, period. So they can't have all their paperwork filed ahead of time. Y'all didn't like that anyways, that when they had that opportunity with the CBP One app, because that's what that did. What they did was they pre-filed all of their paperwork so that the United States of America could run their background checks that they run on individuals that want to come into the United States beforehand, and then go to their schedule a meeting ahead of time for their credible fear hearing, which I'm sure is a term that you've never heard of either. But it allowed them to re-examine all of their information first before they even came to a meeting, do a background check on them before they even came to a meeting, make sure they weren't a criminal somewhere, right? And then they got to have their credible fear hearing. And all of that, I assume, is part of the reason why they had a 61% rejection rate with asylum seekers under the Trump administration. Or,
You're
sorry,
always
Biden
gonna
administration.
Have a 61. You're always going to have that much of people rejected because people are just trying to come to this country. They're just going to say
That's
asylum.
just for
Don't you get
asylum.
that?
That's
Don't
just
you
for
get that?
asylum.
That's what they say.
Oh
That's
my
what
God,
they
you're
always
Sir,
say
sir,
is
sir,
they're asylum
sir,
seekers. Don't
you
understand
can't.
that that's what you're supposed
You
to
don't
say?
get to have it
So
both
it's always
ways.
going to be 60%.
Sir, you don't get to have it both ways.
Because it's always going to be 60% because 60% of them don't have an asylum case.
Sir, you
That's why
just
it's
made the
always
claim
60%.
that everybody was getting in because they just came to the border and sought asylum. Now you're saying it's obvious that 60% of them were turned away and weren't able to seek asylum. You said that Biden was just let everyone in, catch and release. Now you're agreeing that it's
Yes, he
always
did
going to
let
be
'em in until they had their
60%.
court case.
Sir, I promise
did
you,
let 'em in
sir,
until they had their court
sir, I promise you can respond to my point better if you hear the whole thing.
Is that not what catch and release is? I'm so confused.
No, it is not.
Isn't that
Again,
the
sir,
policy?
you need to hear my whole point in order to be able to respond to it. I'm sorry if the middle of my sentence keeps cutting off the start of yours. Okay? You don't get to have it both ways, sir. Either it was catch and release and every single person that sought asylum was just getting into the country, or it's super obvious that 60% of asylum seekers were being turned away. You don't get to have it both, and you're just moving the goalpost in order to do that, sir. Again, sir, there was problems with our immigration system. There was problems with people that were actually being detained, right? That were actually being in detention centers, that were supposed to be deported, that were let into the country, right? I don't agree with that. I think that that was very wrong. Right? I think that we should have done a better job of handling it. I think that our Congress should have supported the president a lot more by giving more money for asylum judges, for asylum staff, or for immigration judges, for immigration staff. That we should have gave more money to Customs and Border Protection to be able to handle these people, right? That were coming over at a mass level, a lot of times due to COVID. All right, which is why we saw such a spike, right? I believe that we should have had more support. I believe that Biden did some things wrong. I believe that Congress did some things wrong. I believe that all of those things are true, sir. But what was not fucking true is that there was a wide open border and Biden was just letting everybody in. It's not true that there was 20 million people that came in the country, okay? Again, sir, we have to be able to talk with logic and fucking sense in order to have an immigration conversation. I bet you if you would actually join us in this fucking reality, in this fucking world of what was actually going on with our immigration system, we'd probably agree with a lot more of each other than we could. But we spend so much time having to argue with all of this blatant and disgusting misinformation that people like you spout out of your fucking mouth, okay, to try to freaking make Biden sound like the fucking boogeyman who is also not only completely incompetent and could do nothing, but also was systematically doing all the worst things in the fucking world somehow. Okay, he was systematically the worst ever, purposefully, and also had no ability to do anything. Okay,
Sounds like he was quite competent somehow.
yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy, dude. Yeah, because that's what you guys literally spout out about Trump all day. That's how you act about Trump, but okay.
What's
dude.
funny is, sir, how we act about Trump is literally just saying literal things that have irrefutable evidence that literally no one can combat. We don't even talk about it. The sad part is we don't even talk about it usually from a partisan standpoint. Neither of us are fucking, sir, listen, neither of us are even Democrats. Okay, but that's how brainwashed people like you are, is that when we just say factual things that happened, you think it's partisan because Donald Trump has convinced you that every single thing that's against him is the left trying to destroy him. He's brainwashed you to think that. So now it doesn't even matter if we just say like easy things like Donald Trump is a fucking felon who admitted to the evidence in his felony case. You guys are like, you guys are anti-Biden. It was a witch hunt. No, that's just the facts of the situation. That's not even partisan. It's not even partisan. It's just the facts of the fucking case. But you guys can't handle that because you guys are too busy licking boots, okay? Trying to get all that brown off your fucking nose, okay? To realize, okay, that you've been duped. All right? That's all it is.
Federal immigration-related prosecutions rose 65%.
Sir?
Jeez.
Sir.
Rose, time out.
Shushish.
I'm trying to say goodbye to you because I'm hanging up the phone.
We've been on with you for way too long.
Doesn't matter, bro. You guys are liars. You guys.
No, you
all right,
live
I'm
in
bored
your
with you. I was just
circle
gonna say have a wonderful day, but if you want to be a little douchebag about it, fucking
Stub your
whatever,
toe on the kitchen table.
Yeah, whatever.
Assuming you have one.
So, anyways, but
That's
we're
what I
gonna
would
move on
say.
because it's Valentine's Day and I'm getting hungry. And now I'm all hyped up on coffee. Shush, thank you so much for the $10. And Shush again, thank you so much for the $10. Said funny how they want small government until it comes to women. Yeah, small government for men, large government for women. It's pretty much how that works. Thank you so much, Shush. Red Storm, thank you so much for the $2. Unspoken about measles, it resets your immunities. Yeah, I did hear about that. Thank you. Department, thank you so much. In 2018, 1 in 70 pregnancies had complications. That is a very good number.
Yeah, actually, if we keep that one up there for a second, Laura, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you for the 2. Said I had preeclampsia at 22 weeks, spent over a month in the hospital, and I and my baby almost died. I had to have my baby at 29 weeks. She was 2 pounds at birth. I was 100% healthy before pregnancy with no pre-existing conditions, and to this day, she still has high blood pressure 5 years later.
Well, there you go. Also, Jarrell, thank you so much for the $50. Oh, no, sorry, the $50. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Jarrell. And Sherelle, thank you so much for the $25 for the No Kings for helping us get to No Kings. I appreciate that. Stacy, thank you so much for $2. I said, what about Biden? Yeah, what about Biden?
What about Biden?
I think we need to know more about Biden.
Where's Joe Byron?
Where's Joe Byron? John, thank you so much for the $5. Said, y'all should rename the stream to say Severe TDS debating random patriots on the phone. All right, sure, man, whatever. Vero, thank you so much. Vero said, another victim of MAGA's information manipulation. Yeah, absolutely crazy.
I think this statement rolls right into that one too. Thank you, Yeetus, for the 5 for saying it's crazy work that his vote is equal to mine.
Yeah, I know there shouldn't be IQ for testing for voting because of other reasons, but like also maybe there should be IQ testing for voting. Paul, thank you so much for the $10. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
I agree. That was directed to the caller.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, all right, y'all, we're about done for the day. We'll be back on tomorrow.
I'm tired.
I need a shower. Honestly, it got really hot and like I'm just kind of gross. But thank you guys so much for the support. We'll be back on tomorrow trying to finish off that New York trip and getting some more money for that shelter. So hopefully you guys show up tomorrow, and we really appreciate you guys. Hope you guys are having a wonderful day.
And thank you guys for being here. If you last chance to hit that subscribe or that follow button on all of the accounts. We're all over the place. So all of it, the magic. 5. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of the love you've shown. Y'all have a happy Valentine's Day or Galentine's Day, however you want to celebrate it today. And if you don't celebrate it, just have a great Saturday.
We're having like a full Midwest goodbye over here. Later, y'all. Bye.
I'm from the Midwest. It tracks.